Well,
Alright, it was instant replay. Alright, and on that note, welcome to session 35 of Fallout Meteor. We left off in the middle of combat, and we're gonna jump right back into it with no hesitation. A weak shield guardian that's gotten completely bullied just knocked on the door, and got two more shield guardians. And there's the sound of a man from inside. We are now back at the top of the turn order. This is real war. Activate the real war music. Alright.
You should probably turn off leaks when then.
I don't know if Brendan has an initiative roll, but anyone 20 or higher.
Oh, yeah, give me 2 seconds to roll.
Alright.
Which tab has my thing? And
Hiya, Brendan. You have more stuff in your inventory than when you left it.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 19.
Is that true?
Alright.
Yeah, he's got the 19 javelins.
He does have
That
lots of
is true.
javelins.
It's true. We got you a bunch of javelins.
So the lore as to why you don't understand what was happening is you were just on a massive drug trip. So, you've just come into cognizance after entering a bloodlust, and now you're out of the bloodlust, and there's 3 weird meteor-looking things that aren't meteor by Grodger. Anyone 20 or higher? Going once.
Highest is like 12 on our.
Alright, baby. Well, that means it's Shield Guardian's turn, and Grodger's looking like a little man. I should turn off grid snapping.
What if I,
There we go. You're not really going to be able to do... Oh, well, he just crit. Sorry, Grodger. This is why I have 4 d6s ready, just in case of a crit. How do you do math? 13 plus 4 is 17 bludgeoning damage.
If I uncanny dodge this,
It
how
will
does that
work.
actually work?
8. It just halves the damage, right? Or you
Yeah,
mean
technically it
there's
has
2...
damage of a roll.
Well,
No,
that
it
is...
has the damage of 1 attack.
Yeah, and that was 1 attack, because 1 missed and 1 was a crit.
Right.
So the entire attack is 17, so just take
Alright.
8.
Don't worry, guys. I'm most
Or
of
9.
If they get multi-attack, that's where you have issues.
It is
Like
multi-attack, but they didn't... Only one of them landed, so it doesn't matter.
The Raven hit like 3 times, and I could stop one or something like that.
That is the issue. Alright. 19 is Dweebus, right?
Yes.
Alright,
yes,
Dweebus.
this is-
Exiting your bloodlust, you're cognizant. What are you gonna do? As your shield guardian just punched the crap out of Grodger.
How far?
30 feet. Easy for you.
But he like rolled with it. He was cool. He only took half.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to go hit
You can do that.
the Great Axe.
You can do that. That is going to hit.
Okay. I'd also like to use my bonus action to enter a rage,
Yep.
but I'd also like to hit again.
Yep.
I think I rolled a 25.
That will also hit. 2 damage rolls. Big money. Big money.
15 and 5.
20 damage. Do you have resistances, little man? You don't. You take 20 damage. Mark. This guy is like falling apart at the seams of wood. He's got very little left. Anything else, Dweebus?
No, because that's both my action and bonus action.
Okay, you do have 2 attacks per action. So,
Yeah, I used. Well, it's a bonus action to enter a rage, right?
oh, right, because you get the thingy next. Yes, you're right, okay.
This guy.
18, 17, 16, yada yada, who's next?
12.
12? You're the highest?
Isn't one of the guys a 14?
Oh, he is! Wow, that means I gotta put a little wobble cup here. Alright, well, you know what happens now, Nick. Yarr. That is a 19 and an 8, so I'm guessing only the 19 hits. Correct?
I have a
He had
14.
8 AC then.
Alright, yeah. Sorry.
Wrong.
I'm just making sure that he doesn't have whack AC. I think that's 14? No. It's only 11. 11 bludgeoning. Alright. Well, that's that.
Let's just say that I'm.
Blobbletop.
I'm on the dollar menu right now.
Hey, Blobbletop, there's a problem. One Danuk is, dead. But
within
not
60
dead. You are within 60 feet. You're like 60 feet exactly.
Meow. Where is it?
Healing word?
Yes.
That'll do it.
healing where I have spell slot, right? Do I have healing mode on that level? I do. Meow. He gets 11 hit points.
11. Well, Danuk is now alive. Grouger is still getting the crap beat out of him, but Danuk is alive.
Hold on, that was only my bonus action.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Within 60 feet of the... Yeah, definitely am. I'm gonna hurl a Sacred Flame at the Guardian, dex 15.
The weak guy?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, you got a 17. I'm sorry, you do. Let me check to make sure. No, it's a 16 because he has a -1 dex. Does that hit?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's 15.
I'm sorry, John. Alright, anything else? Anything else? Popple?
Oh, no, that's all.
Alright. 11, 10, 9?
10.
10. Vesper. What's up, Birdman? Attorney at law.
I have thought for a week about this.
I'm glad.
I'm gonna fly 90 feet straight up to keep an eye on the Raven.
Oh, wow.
As he flies away.
Okay, got it. I should roll for his initiative then I'll have it. Alright, he's gonna be a while.
So I'm going up, so hopefully I can see he doesn't get behind anything.
You can see him pretty clearly. He's just chilling above the fields currently.
He's not flying away from
Oh,
me.
he is flying away, but he's in the process of doing so.
I see.
Alright. Is that it?
Yep.
Alright. Wasn't Malakai next with like an 8 or something?
Grouger, then Malakai.
Grouger with an 8, or... Is that right?
Grouger with a 9, Malakai with an 8.
Got it. Okay, Malakai does have an 8. Alright, Grouger.
I would like to leave.
Okay. Are you disengaging?
Disengage.
That's a good idea. Where are we headed?
I'm just gonna leave. Away.
Like, away here? Below Vesper?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sure.
You're now 90 feet below Vesper.
Hey, my phone is dead.
Your phone is dead. It's going to be Malakai's turn.
Can I see that, I guess I just saw...
You just saw him yeet away. I think you're flying, because your last thing was a last-ditch
No, I don't have wings
Alright.
today anymore.
Oh, that's right. Rip.
Yeah, I was chasing him and using Eldritch Blast.
Right.
Did you roll... I feel like I had hit him and then he got away.
He did, but I mean, he didn't, like, get away. He's still here, because it's not his turn
How
yet.
far away is he from me right now?
On that beat. You know what? He probably did fly an extra turn, because you're right. You hit him, and he would have gone another 180.
That's what I was thinking.
You are correct about that. So he is very far away. And Vesper sees him far, far off in the distance as he's banking a turn into a cove of rocks.
Okay.
Yo, that's the name of my band.
Banking a turn into a cove of rocks. Alright. So, Malakai, what are we doing?
Where can 30 feet take me?
30 feet can take you to the local Denny's.
Ayo.
Can it take me over to where, how far is it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Move me there then.
Alright. Anything else?
And I'm going to... Gosh, there really isn't much I can do. I'm going to use, Eldritch Blast
Okay.
on... Can I actually see that Guardian from this vantage point?
The weak one? Yeah, he's like just by Orion.
Okay. So I'll do Eldritch Blast on that one.
Alright. I should have rolled for Orion, but it's fine. I'll have him go next turn before you.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit. What do we got for damage?
We've got 11.
11 points of damage. If that is all, Orion is moving into position, attempting to flank. He hits once, for a total of 7 damage. Well, that's annoying. He has like 2 tacos. Well, it is Meteor's turn. There is a slight issue, though, in that Meteor is looking at these guys and having a bit of an existential crisis. And out loud he goes, "Why they look like me? They're not friend?" If no one answers him, Meteor will stand there dumbfounded.
Who can hear him say this?
I'm 120 feet
I mean,
up.
Vesper is yonder. Grounger, Bloppletop, and Malakai are all in hearing range. Dweeby's probably in a bloodlust again.
I am deafened.
Talking to them.
We can.
What do you say?
Meteor, they're enemies.
Oh, God.
I was saying maybe you could try talking to them.
Alright, Meteor will try talking to them next turn. He did see them beat the crap out of Grounder, so he's not super comfortable right now. Raven is gone. Ah, yes, the second Gordian moves up, rolls to hit, probably only hits with a 21, maybe, yes. Bum. Wow, incredible. 8 bludgeoning damage to Dweeby, which probably gets halved because he's raged. So 4 bludgeoning damage to Dweeby.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
Never recover from that.
You're basically gonna die a cruel, terrible, awful
Bro,
death.
I'd be dead.
Did I have a rest since the last time?
Oh yeah, we actually definitely did, didn't we?
You know what? I think I'll be okay.
Actually, no. I think this is. You were in combat because I was combating for your
We
character.
definitely
last
rested
time,
since last time Brendan played.
so- Yeah, but I was playing as him and had already applied the rest. I think is what I'm saying. All right, now, unfortunately, this is the funny thing where the Shield Guardian that had, hypothetically, let's say he had 2 tacos, now he has 12. And now he's gonna beat the crap out of Dweeby, and he just rolled a crit.
Just tell us that.
It is interesting that I would just tell you that. I kind of think it's really funny. 10, 14 bludgeoning damage, which turns into 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I take 7 damage.
And it's actually your turn.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Okay. Wait.
Yes.
Nah, that should be fine. I'm gonna hit the weak guardian.
Yep.
So I want him dead.
It's probably a good idea. You should have ample means to do it. That'll hit.
15 damage.
Alright, lopped off with the head. The Guardian is dead. It is not repairing itself this time.
And I'll just swing at the other ones.
Alright, that will not hit, just barely grazes off the breastplate. And that will also not hit as it has meandered its way backwards. You did get a melee hit though, so you're still in rage. Which is good.
Unlucky.
Alright. Danuk, now having 11 hit points, gets off the ground and starts looking around and trying to survey his surroundings. And just kind of stumbles out of the field limping around. And that's his turn. Shield Guardian 1 is going to move up and also attempt to pummel Dweeby. Not with those rolls. 2 big fat misses. He's aiming a little bit over his head, not used to fighting such short little men. Wappletuff.
Wow.
What an excuse. We all know it's because my armor class is 17.
Alright, I'm gonna.
You are gonna.
I'm gonna move. How far away am I from the guy?
25 feet.
25.
Well, no, I mean, you can get within 5 feet of them by moving 20 feet.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
You're like, dang, I gotta sprint! Gosh.
Man, I'm always last.
While I'm running, I'm gonna cure wounds, Roger. I mean, not cure. Healing Word Roger.
Okay.
At the first level, Roger, you now have 11 more hit points.
That's pretty good for a first level healing word.
Alright, so I'm no longer on the dollar menu.
That's the maximum roll for that.
That's really good. Yeah.
Still out of combat.
Let's see. If I do that at that, I can do that at that. Alright, I'm gonna try and hit the closest guardian with inflict wounds. I'm gonna like, I guess I just like try to hit with my base kinda technically, but
inflict wounds, you say?
I swing. Does a 21 hit?
Yep.
Alright, he takes 23 damage.
Of what type?
Let me see.
I don't think he's going to be immune to it, but I have to ask.
Necrotic.
He is surprisingly not immune to necrotic, and he goes. It's the exact noise that he makes. Getting dissolved. Alright. Is that all?
Yes.
Vesper.
When they came out, did they leave the door open?
They did.
I crawl in the door and steal all the bread.
Okay. How do you handle dropping out of the sky? Do I have to use movement to descend?
Yes, but if you want to make an acrobatics check, you can do it all cool-like. Because gravity.
Okay.
Alright, I'll do that. Yeah.
Would that have it or make it free?
I'll explain.
I got a 12.
Okay. Is that
You are now
enough?
dead.
Is
Leg
that
broken.
enough?
We gotta put you down.
I'm gonna say that a 12 is the, as a man experienced in flight, a 12 is the minimum that you need to succeed. Therefore, I will let you basically dash for free while falling.
Okay. So that would be, I would descend 60 feet.
Yep.
For spending 30.
Yep.
And then... Yeah, and then well, I guess I would have flown over first, so I don't have to fly through them.
Right.
And then I would have dropped, so that would be all my whole thing.
And now you're at the door.
Cool.
Would you
Can I
like
be,
to...
one square to the right, so I'm not in range?
Yes. Would you like to look in the door?
Sure.
You fool.
12
You're
more
melted.
guys.
You're melted.
Uh-oh.
There's a guy so hideous you'll never be able to see again.
Get that demon over to the Zem! Oh,
Kugath.
It's not Kugath, it's much worse.
I don't know
Could you
how
get much worse than Kugath?
gigantic
Disease, man.
Alright, so the carpets are under him, but because the carpets are smaller... Alright, I actually need to make the carpets bigger so that they're under him. Watch this. Just hold up. Bear with me. Perfect. There is a man. Alright, would you like me to explain what you're witnessing?
He's got a
I
mouth
feel like
good.
I don't have a choice. Go ahead.
Alright. A comedically obese Eladrin. Flying on 3 magic carpets? Hovering. His legs are almost completely hidden by his massive stomach. He is attempting to wear a button-up shirt and a vest. It is not big enough. He looks at you and goes, "Bird!" That is all.
What language is that?
Alright, Grodger.
A common.
Elvish.
Wait, Elvish?
Elvish.
I'm good.
Usually, alright. Orion.
Damn it.
I'm not doing well.
Ooh, Orion is actually gonna do a little bit of damage. 18.
I almost died. Alright?
And I just gave you 11 hit points back.
Yeah, so when I go back in, I'll almost die, but
He
again.
will immediately die. Alright, Malakai, we're up to you again.
Can I get to at least my meteor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll go there.
Okay.
Let's see. And can I see the guy inside of the house?
You can see the guy. And you can see him say, "Bird!" in Elvish.
The bird?
Bird.
Okay, so I do understand that.
You do.
Can I yell out? Can you call off your attackers? We meant no harm.
Oh
Well.
boy. You will get the response next round.
Like zombified one of them.
You will respond next round. Alright. Anything else, Malakai?
And shoot, I don't think I can do that.
Well, Meteor's moving in, and Meteor's gonna make a strength check. If you have anything else to do, just let me know.
Yeah, I was just gonna use message, I guess, so I don't have to yell.
Alright. That's fine. Okay. Well, Meteor moves in and says, "Stop hurting!" Hold on.
Moves in.
I'm dying. I'm dying. Meteor's fine. I'm dying. Hold on. I need water.
A plague that rusts
Alright.
metal.
Meteor moves in and goes, "Stop hurting, friend!" And then he pushes a guy over. And the Shield Guardian looks at him like, "What the heck?"
So they're sentient. Interesting.
The Shield Guardian, well, he doesn't speak, but that's what his helmet looks like he's doing. Moving his neck up and down.
It's like an LED screen, just what the heck.
Trying to make an yeah. What the heck is this? He's
There's
looking.
a really loud grinding noise as the eyebrow raises. Like...
He's looking Meteor over and trying to figure out what in the world to do. And they're kind of just staring at each other. Actually, we're back to the first Guardian. And the... Oh, no, we're not. Because the first Guardian's dead. We're back to Dweeby. You can choose to withhold your
does not
attack.
understand the goal of this. Are we being friends or not?
Well, that's up to you. You can choose to withhold your attack.
There's confusion in the ranks.
Do you wish to withhold your attack?
Well, do the Guardians look angry still?
Their
Or do
helmets.
they look... Yeah, but you said they look
I guess
like...
their body language. The second one is confused because he just got pushed by Meteor. The first one is glancing over but hasn't really processed. His fist is ready, like winded back to hit you, but he just kind of paused and looked at what Meteor's doing.
He'll go for the jugular.
Uh-huh.
So it's your call.
And this big man on the 3 magic carpets?
The big man is about to respond.
Oh,
Drew Gumdar.
man. I really want those carpets.
Oh, bro, they're all gross now.
I'm gonna hold
They got plague.
my action until... until Vesper does give me the go. Because
Alright.
Vesper seems like he knows what he's doing.
Well, the big man is up, and the big man says, "Get back, call yourselves off. Why would I call off any attack?" And then he starts backpedaling. I believe that was just said
what
out
did he-
loud.
What the heck
What did he
did that
say?
even mean?
Roll for perception to understand what the heck he just said.
Oh, let's just kill him. I just want to take the time to be clear.
I rolled
He won't even be clear.
One of the
No.
Guardians moves
Not the
back.
objectively evil characters. Also us. I didn't understand what he said. Just kill him.
First Guardian has moved back to protect the big man.
Big man.
Wait, what do you say?
Roll for perception.
He rolled a 22.
Oh, you don't. Oh, do you speak Elvish? You don't speak Elvish.
Oh, okay.
I speak Dwarvish.
It doesn't matter. Malakai got an 11.
One is
What
just
did he
like.
say?
All Malakai got out of the sentence was "pull yourselves back."
I'm over here. I speak Elvish. I'm right here.
Did you roll
You
perception?
probably heard him, but you'd have to roll perception to
roll
understand exactly what he said.
I was looking at a Batman video.
Okay. Alright. You understood him clearly through the layers of fat around his vocal cords. He said, pull yourselves back, and something like that. He's like, I don't want to pull my men back, you pull yourselves back.
You heard him clearly. He said
I
something
don't,
like this.
I don't remember what I said, that's the problem. Anyway. Yeah.
It was playing the music from the Batman movie. That's really good. So I was listening to that. And
Nirvana?
what?
I'm
Nothing?
still looking at Vesper waiting to
Nice.
use my action.
Well,
Because I don't understand what he said.
you'll never believe who's next in the turd order. Vest
That's right,
Broppletup.
Me.
It's Bloppletop.
I can't wait.
What do you want to do, Bloppletop?
What do I do?
What do you do?
What isn't?
What do I do? Hold on.
And then the combat music stopped while Bloppletop stood still and Fax machine processed what he was gonna do.
There's like a here's that like beach ball loading icon.
From the Mac, yeah. Just so
I'm a Mac, and I'm a PC.
I guess seeing the confusion from the guys and the big guy said something, they're backing up. I'm just gonna stop for now.
okay.
And I'm gonna turn around and heal Roger again.
Now I can go back in.
Like,
Are you
my last
physically
first level
moving
spell
over to him, or are you just?
no, it's a healing word.
Alright.
Alright, another 11.
Ayo.
Wow.
I'm like
3 times
healthy
in a
again.
row?
Oh, that was
Good.
damage. I'm dead. No, I'm good now. We're good.
No, I don't want a chicken. Get that out of here.
Yeah, that spell can go range from a 7 to an 11.
Want a chicken? Eat a chicken.
Chicken.
If you want a chicken, eat a chicken. If you
Alright,
want
well,
a
if
Fortnite-
Bloppletop is withholding his turn, that means it's Vesper.
I have a decision to make here.
Yes,
A
you
million
do.
people?
You're witnessing the guy. You see him. He's a big man. A clean-shaven big man with frizzled yellow hair and pointy elf ears, and tiny little
He's-
glasses on a big fat face.
He's got 3 pockets.
He's
You
got
know when like
2 pockets in his vest.
you know
3
when fat
carpets.
people like
And
get out of their
pockets in his
cars
pants.
and like it makes noises?
Car.
Imagine like the shocks on his carpets are all worn out.
The socks on his carpets.
Hey, what can I say?
I'm gonna. Can I get in there without having to disengage? Can I get past them without having to disengage, or is the door that narrow?
No, well, I mean, Guardian 2 isn't even facing you, so...
I meant, can I? So I can get in there, right? Can I
Yeah.
get past them without having to disengage,
No.
or will I? Okay, then I'll bonus action disengage. I'll get past them
Mm-hmm.
and see what else is in here.
Well, you are standing in what can maybe be described as a living room. It's massive. There's a kitchen on the entire back wall. A massive kitchen, massive cupboards. In the other room, there's a door to what appears to be a study, and then there's also a door further back that's closed. That's this dark room, 3x3. You don't know what that is. No, the place is spotless. Aside from all of the food that's laying around on the tables. Breads, various nuts, grains, lots and lots of bread. 99% bread.
So dude just eats bread.
There's bread on the counters. There's bread on the table. There's bread in the sink.
Spread the bread.
It's a lot of bread.
Is there bread in the meatloaf though? Because
There-
that's fucking gross.
There is no meatloaf.
Don't
I,
say it so.
I'm now torn between attack him or leave him.
Just kill him on sight.
Dog, we could literally get 3. Never mind.
I'm thinking about. I'm gonna
Guys,
shoot him.
okay.
You're going to attempt to shoot him, you say?
Well, we are
Yes.
technically neutral
Well,
characters.
that's curious. You fool. Don't
He's
you
gonna
know that
activate
his
his
AC is
Super Zorbo beam.
boosted by the Shield Guardian from 8 to 10? So how are you going to hit him now, liberal?
I rolled a 19.
Uh-oh.
That's a real shit moment.
Does this mean I get my action
I did
afterwards
6
as well?
damage.
You
Yeah,
did
do it.
6 damage?
Yeah. So I can't sneak attack. Unless
Well.
unless I get advantage because he's so fat.
You do not get advantage because
So
he is fat.
Fat. So fat.
Half of it. So, this is where things get kind of crazy. The man is shot by the arrow, and he begins to bleed, and he goes, "Wah!" And it goes right into his belly.
Thanks,
And then you see magical effects trail off to the first and the second guardian, and the arrow disappears. Now, it looks like there's no arrow at all, nor is there any wound. And he's not happy. And it's Grodger's turn.
No, it's not. It should be. I should be able to take my action, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess you can now that Vesper just went in and absolutely nay-nayed on this guy.
Yeah. So I would like to hit G2 with the Great Axe.
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
That does not hit.
I rolled a 21.
That does hit.
11 damage. Is he alive?
He's very alive.
Might as well Sacred Flame him as well. Dex 15.
Oh, yes, of course. A 1. -1.
Yeah, 12. Medicine.
Alright, he's pretty hurt. Any other attacks from Dweeby?
I would like to Javelin G1.
Alright. Meanwhile, Meteor's gonna pummel the crap out of him, doing 14 damage.
I missed.
Alright.
I swung and I missed.
Do I get to move as well?
Yeah, because you just basically withheld your entire action.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, in that case, I'm just gonna walk all the way up to G1.
Alright. If you do not disengage, G2 will have an opportunity attack. But you cannot disengage because you've already attacked, which means he's going to opportunity attack you. And he got a... What's his plus? He got a 19 to hit. And he's going to deal... 4 bludgeoning damage because resistances.
That's fine.
It
That
is
means
fine.
He can't make another attack on anybody else.
Nope.
For now. You said 4?
Yep.
Cool.
Guys, honestly, this man hasn't done anything wrong.
He hasn't done anything at all. You're in his house.
He's broken into his house and his security systems attacked us, and now we're trying to kill him.
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Well, Malakai, it's your turn. Unless Grodger's gonna enter combat again.
Yeah.
No, let's play out.
Using my spell slots, can you give me 30 feet
Which
towards
direction?
the door?
Towards the door, yeah.
What if you went straight down?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. And then Misty step me inside,
Classic? Like where?
right next to the big man.
Right next to Big Man. Alright.
Yeah. And then I'm going to say, buddy, my friends will kill you. Call off your robots.
Yeah. Dogs.
Alright. Roll for persuasion. Or actually, roll for intimidation.
No, I already rolled persuasion. Alright.
Just use whatever the modifier for intimidation is on the roll you had.
16.
Alright. He goes. He is scared. He's about to do something, but it's not his turn yet. Meteor! Oh, Meteor already went. He punched the crap out of that guy. Alright, the guy! That's a complete miss against Meteor. And a total hit against Meteor. Bonk. 9 bludgeoning damage. Urgh. Meteor's hurt a little bit. And now we're at the top of the turn order. Dweeby.
I'm gonna hit G1.
He's gonna hit G1. What if I had the extended version of this track? That'd be crazy.
14.
No, silly man.
13.
No.
8.
11, 10, 9? There's a somewhat larger issue, which is these guys are regenerating hit points when you're witnessing it happen. You're also not enraged anymore because you just missed all of your melee attacks. Which does suck. Alright,
Wait. No, because it says if you're and you haven't attacked a hostile creature. I attacked, I just missed.
Maybe that is correct.
Got him.
Is that correct?
Your rage ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you have not attacked a hostile creature.
True, it doesn't say hit,
That's
it
your
says
last
attacked. Alright, the man's right, he's still enraged.
Got
Alright, Danuk limps over to Grouger and asks, "What in the world is happening?" Alright. Danuk just assumes that he's having a stroke after being basically brought back from the dead, and assumes that whatever you said isn't what you just said, and that he misunderstood it. That is not the case.
Gaslighting.
Now, two of the G1's hits just smacked Dweeby. So it was a 17 and an 18. Ooh, I need to re-roll that. That was not what that was.
Oh,
16 plus 8 is 24, which is 12 with resistances. So 12 bludgeoning damage. Now, more importantly, the big man is up. And the big man goes... Big man is gone. You don't know where he is. Oh, he's totally not in there. That'd be weird.
He teleports, but he only moves like 3 feet.
No.
For weight.
He misty steps away. You recognize the slight, Malakai, you recognize the slight wisp of fog in the air as he's gone, and all that is left is 3 carpets. Now, these carpets are floating, but they're doing something else. Whoosh, whoosh, and whoosh. Every single one of you is going to need to make a DC strength check, I'm pretty sure. Or, excuse me, athletics or acrobatics check. I'm fairly certain because you're being grappled. If I recall correctly, to contest a grapple, you use athletics or acrobatics.
Oh my god.
Malakai, pull it up. Alright.
How's a 27?
You are not grappled. You throw the carpet off.
How's a 19?
You are not grappled. You throw the carpet off. Malakai?
16.
You are not grappled. You throw the carpet off. However, there are carpets just kind of floating around you at this point.
Since I rolled a nat 20, can I just hold on to it?
Counter grapple? Hell yeah. You grapple the carpet.
Counter grapple you, DM. Oh!
Alright, perfect.
Buried.
However, you don't know where Big Man is. Big Man just Misty stepped away. Now, Malakai knows that it was Misty Step, and he's probably within 30 feet somewhere. But he's not in the current room. He could be anywhere in this range. Alright. Blopplepup.
He's dead.
I forgot to mention a really important thing about the big man. Vesper, when you saw the big man, he was wearing 3 giant golden amulets around his vest. Comedically large golden amulets.
Stole of those by
And he has really big shoes.
This guy's got bullied.
He's not wearing shoes.
Dogs are out?
Yeah.
Dogs?
Alright, Bubbletop, go.
I'm gonna secret flame making the meteors pummeling.
Yeah, you are, because he rolled a 4.
Wait, he's wearing 3 gold amulets. He's
86
executioner
damage.
3.
Wrong, it looks different. How much damage?
6 radiant damage.
6 radiant damage. Well, I'm gonna take Meteor's turn early and just roll for him. Yeah, I knew he was gonna hit both times.
Well,
Yeah.
the DM's just cheating.
I'm not cheating, it's gonna take forever for me to do it. That way I just don't have to do it later. Alright,
go right now.
Vesper. Vesper.
Oh, did I hear a thud from anywhere when he teleported?
That's a great question. Roll up perception.
He's actually very acrobatic.
It was
I got a
completely
29
silent.
on perception.
You definitely heard him go, and then heard him onto like a bed or something.
Definitely
Definitely in this
To
room.
feel that earthquake.
Yeah,
Gotcha. I'm gonna go over to that room.
the door is closed. Oops.
And your food
Square. Can I kick open the door?
Yeah, that's a little bit dramatic, but yeah.
Yeah.
kind of based.
Alright, you kick open the door. The big man is on the bed. He looks at you and goes, what?
He's like eating some bread. All the time. Right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him.
Alright.
You should just close the door.
Oh, it's like
I rolled a 26 to hit.
Well, that'll hit.
It's like a Game of Thrones.
What
do they mean by that?
Oh, I got an 8 on the D8 for 13 damage.
There's a scene where Tyrion kicks open the bathroom door.
The arrow again goes through. He bleeds briefly, and then the damage is whisked away.
You're
I rolled a
right,
19
right.
and an 18 on the D20, and then I rolled an 8 on the D8. Why does that turn so good?
Yeah. It's too bad he's not actually taking any damage.
Do the robots look like they're getting hurt more?
Roger, you're still sitting this one out, right?
I'll step in. I'll intervene.
Alright.
I shoot my bow attack.
Uh-huh.
My bow attack is my second strongest attack in the game.
Ah. What are you shooting
It
at?
allows me
G2?
to... No, well, never mind. I didn't do anything actually. I'm still sitting out. You know,
Okay.
I just like had a near-death experience. I'm kind of like, catching my breath.
Yeah, uh-huh, yeah.
And-
Your little brother had the controller, so it's kind of not your
My
fault.
brother had the bow.
Alright, Malakai, you're up.
How far over to where Vesper went can I go?
Pretty much all the way.
Can I go over there?
Yes, I'm in the middle of something. I cannot move you right now. Just continue. What do you want to do?
Well, I wanted to see how close I was to know if I could do something.
You're gonna be within 30 feet.
I'm not trying to be within 30 feet. I don't have any more Misties touch or anything.
This is 30 feet away.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go up to him. Like,
Yeah.
just right next to him.
Yeah.
And, is he bleeding at all?
Nope.
I'll be like, honestly, you need to stop.
You're talking to him?
Yes.
Look, you need to stop. Stop shooting me.
The spirit literally just shot him, and then you walked. All right, you just.
Okay, alright. Well, while I'm saying this, I'm like, you need to stop your weapons from attacking us. And I say, Vesper, please, can I just try to talk to him?
Yo, get your dog. My dog.
Alright,
don't
that's
bite.
very...
Yeah, I
Can you
do.
stop shooting him for a second?
Alright, does Vesper listen?
He didn't say anything, but...
No, I said, Vesper, please, just give me a moment.
Vesper
Can I
didn't say
talk to him? Oh.
And your phone is dead.
It's still turn-based, right?
For now, I'm trying to figure out, but did Vesper literally do nothing with that information, or is he...
He hasn't done anything yet. I mean...
Okay, but if your body language doesn't change, big man's gonna do big man things.
Alright, then I'll change my body language.
He doesn't
So
understand.
as in you're lowering your
all body
shoulders,
language.
you're lowering your bow, and you're standing down visibly.
I'll lower my weapon.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. That's the information I need, because if you're just standing there still like, and nothing changes, that's a big difference. Alright, now you gotta roll for persuasion with advantage, Malakai. Because Vesper's lowering his weapon.
Okay.
17?
Yeah.
Okay, we're still in combat. Meteor has not gotten this information to Sandown, correct?
Even if he could hear it, he's like pummeling him, so it's...
That's definitely
Run
true.
out.
He's already taken his turn anyway.
Other than when I had first yelled it from over there, no, I just do that.
Alright, well, the Shield Guardian just got a crit on him, so this isn't good. That's gonna be 15 bludgeoning damage. Meteor is wounded. Badly. Alright. Dweeby is up. Now, you definitely heard that they want you to stand down.
Look what they did to my boy.
I did.
Yeah, they're like 30 feet away from you.
Okay, does G1 look like he's not gonna attack me if I don't attack
He's
him?
ready, but he's not actively going to attack you.
Are the carpets moving?
More passively.
Can I try and grab the other 2 carpets?
No, if you try to grab them, they're going to run away like cats and go, yeah, to the other end of the room.
In that case, who's above me?
Above you is Orion,
Okay.
G2, and Meteor.
Can I try and wrangle the carpet that is currently in my hands to, like, behind Meteor?
Sure. It's going to contest with a 18 to break free, so you gotta contest with a strength check to hold on to it.
Strength
Yes.
or athletics?
Strength check. The general strength check.
I got a 10.
The carpet breaks free and goes with its brethren.
Stop the meme man!
Actually rolled a 21. It's got a +3 strength. Oh my gosh, it's goated. Alright, anyway.
I'm terribly mad now.
Okay.
Oh, is that dragon?
I'd like to hold my action again just to see if any of the guardians do anything stupid, or if
Okay.
any of us attack. Then I'll just attack.
Alright. The big man says,
Very well. Everyone men stand down. But you have come to my home. What is it you want?
I'm sorry. We were sort of misled about the situation here. A friend of ours told us about some things you might have, and then suddenly attacked when we got here, and we.
Well, you're attacked because you're trespassing on my private property.
I'm sorry. We're not from here. We're just trying to find our way.
Oh, you didn't see the signs?
Actually, when you're having fun and
around for
talking with your
signs.
friends as you travel, you really don't pay attention to a lot of the things on the way. That's the point of traveling with your friends. It's a jolly good frolic.
That is very funny because of my dad.
No, exactly. Listen.
Get out of my house. Leave me alone.
No, sorry. We were just very curious. We actually had heard about your robots because your creatures, your giant metal creatures, because we.
he pulls
We
out
have-
an entire French baguette from his vest and starts eating it.
That looks great. Can I offer him a good berry?
He looks and goes,
I don't eat bread. I don't eat fruit. Disgusting.
I'll eat it anyway, though.
I think you should.
No,
Damn.
I'm fine.
He barges into his house, judges his diet.
Will he take the good berry?
he does not take the good berry.
Okay.
What an ass.
Can we call Meteor into the room?
You may.
We were
Meteor
curious
walks in.
about your guardians.
The Guardians flank Vesper intimidatingly, and then Meteor comes behind.
Could
Can I
you?
go back outside and up in the air to look for the Raven again?
Yes. No sign of the Raven.
Listen, this was all a big misunderstanding, and if you let us, we'll just leave. We need to find our friend. She was kidnapped, but
Well, I thought you said your friend led you here. Not a very good friend. Maybe she should have gotten kidnapped.
no, she well,
should have gotten kidnapped.
Yes, no, I agree. I think that if one can prevent themselves from being kidnapped, they should take, obviously,
Yeah.
every opportunity to avoid it. But not
I
everyone.
saw what happened. You brought the Raven on my property. A big,
Yes.
scary Raven that stood on my throat.
I know, but we did fight them off. Can that count for something?
Roll for persuasion.
Counterpoint, you're dumb and stupid.
21.
That's who did fight the Raven. He fried over my land. That's why I made the Shield Guardians. Because the Raven was... he took all my crops.
Can I use message?
Yes.
Okay. Can I hear him clearly?
Yes.
What are you saying, sir?
The Raven steals all of my crops. I don't like the raven. He makes me angry. Very, very angry. Nom nom nom.
Yes.
It's like when you're watching a documentary, like a World War II documentary, and like some guy speaking German, and then it's overlaid, like, really
That's
posh,
exactly what it is. And the real voice is just.
As we
Yes,
walk
so, would you mind telling me a little bit about your shield guardians? And then I promise we'll be out of your way. We do need to find our friend.
Well, they seem like. Well, that's not one of.
Oh wait, you're messaging him. Well,
Yes,
that's
yes,
not.
I am.
Well, that's not one of mine, is it? The large fellow over there.
No, this is actually our friend. He goes by the name Meteor. Meteor, say hi.
Hello.
He's like dead.
Oh, how curious. These shield guardians. Wait a minute, why should I give you all of my magical secrets? I've worked years to understand this. And build these constructs.
You built these. That's
Well,
impressive.
sort of. It's more like you cast the spell and they build themselves. But if you
Really?
have the material, yes.
And you did this. You came up with this concept.
Well, not exactly. I had a. Well,
Come on.
years ago, when I was living in the mountains with my lads and brothers, there were wizards of a high order, and they walked around with this large group of. Well, they had soldiers protecting them, but then they had these large figures. When I was a child, I thought they were monsters, or perhaps strong knights. But they were not knights. They were being controlled by an amulet.
And then he jiggles one of his 3 amulets.
He says,
Snatch it.
and so I decided that I wanted to be a wizard so I could be cool. And I devoted my entire life to it. And then...
Wanting to be cool is kind of cringe.
Well,
So he didn't succeed at that.
Are you even here, Gregor? Did you walk
No.
in? Okay, then.
I'm gonna be like around the corner so I can hear it.
Got it.
So I'm glad that you pulled Groger because I'm actually going to use message for a split second and point at Groger and say under my breath.
He's probably outside the window.
I'm just going to say, Groger, he's got 3 amulets that control these creatures. I'm not telling you what to do, but with that information, what you will. And then I say, all right, really information, good information, and you created these amulets, or?
well, yes, I got some assistance. The physical part of the amulets I got a goldsmith, but then in terms of being able to make the amulets magical, I handled that part.
Interesting. Maybe if I had more time, I'd love to study with you. You're quite impressive.
Well, thank you, but it must be on better terms, such as not barging into my home and killing one of my prized creation possessions. But
Absolutely,
yes.
and again, it was all a mistake, and I'm so sorry.
I am glad that you fought off that raven. I caught the tail end of the fight. I saw him flying away like a little baby man.
He did fly away like a little baby man. That is, yes. All right. Well, my friends and I probably should go find our other friend. Is it possible? We may have to walk through your field again. Would you just permit us? We promise.
Stay out of the fields. If you walk by the road to the right of the property, you will make your...
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Just walks right onto the field.
That's very doable. Thank you again. Honestly, lovely house. I'd love to have a tour sometime, possibly. I mean, I'm pretty sure you came up with all of this on your own.
Yes.
Incredible.
I am a genius.
Yes. I could tell. I didn't want to say, but...
Yes.
A lovely house. Too bad the host is so ugly. I mean...
Should you ever need to tell my name to anyone, let the record show that I am Dr. Vitrus Dumbledon.
We'll
You said
never be able
Vitrus?
to-
Vitrus Dumbledon.
Absolutely.
Invited Dumbledore.
Dumbly Don. He's a Don of the Dumbly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we immediately forget about that guy.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Alright.
within mere seconds. Gone.
I'd like to cast Harass.
Yeah.
All right, well,
What's your
thank you so much.
What's your modifier on that?
30.
Well, before you go, actually, you did commit a crime by coming onto my private property, so perhaps in return I could study your construct. Of course, since I already told you about mine.
Yes,
Take
indeed.
his amulets and leave.
You did do that, and I agree. I totally think that that is a fair exchange. So here's what. We need him to help us get our friend back. We will return. How does that sound?
Return? Well, how do I know that you'll in fact return?
Well, if we go, we will be taking care of the crow permanently.
Oh, this would be good.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
That is a win-win.
Yes.
You must promise to return and let me inspect your construct.
Absolutely. I promise that
Pinky promise.
He extends out a incredibly fat hand with a pinky the size of your thumb.
Can I do a sleight of hand check?
To what?
Take his
My
thumb.
fingers behind my back. LOL.
Okay.
Touch his hand.
No, can I just say we will be back as soon as makes the most sense.
I'm not even gonna pinky promise this, man.
Are you pinky
It's more like a
promising
thumb
him?
promise.
Now, if
No, he's stinky.
you've got a lot of breadcrumbs on your hands, it's
No pinky promise.
all right.
You don't promise him shit.
Your max
just leave.
HP lowers by 4 points.
So you're pinky promising him.
I'm going to say, do you think I'm a dishonorable man?
You now have every disease.
I don't know. I just met you and I don't even know your name.
Well,
Dron
Yeah.
Levindard.
my name is Sol de Lumiere.
Soul.
Yes.
Soul like the sun or soul like body and soul?
Hey.
So like the sun,
I
pronounced
see.
the same as the one that accompanies the body.
Curious. Well, nice to meet you, Soul, I think.
Yes, and here's what. As proof of their promise, I will bring back raven feathers.
Big raven feathers.
Absolutely, the largest.
Perfect.
We have some.
Me so bad.
Very good.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be out of your hair right away. Okay, bye. Thank you. Have a good one. Okay. Yes. Good time, smashing. No, as
What
we
do you
other
mean
walk,
soul like the sun? I thought the sun was called the sun, huh?
The sun is called the sun, but soul still means sun.
That's not what you said.
The sun.
Counterpoint.
Listen, people don't go and look at the sky and go,
Okay.
"Oh, look, it's the soul." They go, "It's
I'm
the
gonna
sun."
start doing that.
That
'Cause
wasn't my question.
You'll never believe it. Soul is a Latin term, and Latin doesn't
I'm gonna do
exist in
that.
this world.
And I'm gonna get beat up.
Anyway, what's happening now?
I think we just lied.
Malakai, did you just lie?
What do you mean?
Did you just lie? You're not coming back, are you?
I deceived him.
Do you have any? Do you have any intention of coming back?
I deceived him, yes.
Yes, after the war is won and I take back the kingdom, I'll be back.
So that could be like in 3 years.
Yes.
He's
That's
not
why.
doing
That's a
anything.
lie.
No, it wasn't a lie. I said as soon as I think is best after the fight.
Wow.
Ooh, the logic.
You're manipulative. You're a manipulative little man.
That's not.
Roll for manipulation.
You are manipulative.
A lightning strike hits just you.
No.
Crazy.
Alright. Well, Meteor walking back says, "That was weird. So they're not friends."
Right now, think of them as distant cousins.
I don't know what cousin is.
Exactly. We don't know that.
Well, I know what distant is. This is like when it's not close.
Yep.
Whoa, he's learning.
Like that raven.
Yeah, he flew far away. I peed my pants.
Better stop that. If he learns too
through like
much.
puberty or something?
No, I'm sick. Vaguely. I'm not even, honestly though, I'm not sick. I've had sinus problems for like 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Get a new nose.
Yeah.
My parents and brother are sick, but I'm not because my immune system is battle scarred.
Okay. Well, we are currently
What's the CS:GO?
battle
thing?
hardened.
Battle hardened.
It is battle scarred.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know the CS:GO.
It's well worn and battle scarred.
They got factory new immune system. I got battle scarred.
Well, following the path along the right of the fields,
Mozambique.
it's a fairly straightforward walk from this point. Danuk does walk up to Blobbledub and says, "Blobbledub, you wouldn't happen to have any other healing spells, would you?"
Oh, so greedy.
Meanwhile, 2 healing words sent Roger's way.
I will preserve life on him. He gets 35 more hit points.
Oh, that's a lot more than he needed.
Well, I don't know that, so.
Okay, he needed 5.
If he was like on the dollar
what if,
menu.
he didn't know that, and like I just pretended, and it's actually a healing word.
Okay.
Yo, what if like time rewound and it was kind of
No,
like a deja vu, like Groundhog Day moment?
I don't want to metagame, but yeah, you should use healing word.
So instead, he actually got only 15.
Alright, that's better. That's a little bit better.
Like, you know, Tom Hanks is like, oh, whoa, and then he goes to the cafe, but like, this is the second day, so we know not to trip over it.
Julia walks up to Malakai as you're walking and says, "This is a little bit more than I intended for."
Listen, when you roll with us, who knows what's coming?
It's not an appropriate response to my concern.
Julia, darling, look at me.
Don't call me darling, you smarmy smarmer. What do you think you are?
Julia, listen. Are we currently at the asylum?
No.
Then what can we do?
Make less trouble.
Well,
she does have a point.
Fellas, Julia here has raised a good point. He thinks we should make less trouble.
You say it like it's such a foreign concept.
Julia,
I agree.
Honestly, we've gone most of this trip causing some trouble. And
we don't need to stick our noses into this, whatever business they have going on. We don't need to solve this problem.
You don't think we should get a guide? Should we just go on our own? I mean, we did say we would walk with her, and then she was kidnapped right in front of us.
Do we even know where we're going?
Yeah, but getting kidnapped is not our problem. Or fault.
Okay.
Did you see where the bird went?
All right. One of the things that Michael told me was that we needed to keep ourselves. I don't know what's the right word. We need to keep our heads down, because if things don't go well here, it could definitely affect the trajectory of all that we're trying to do.
I don't know that they're going well so far.
Well, you know what? Every road has some bumps.
We got that woman killed.
We don't know that she's dead.
You can't prove that.
Why would he keep her?
All right. Do we have 10 minutes? Should we take a short rest? I know most of us are probably very tired.
Yes, I need time.
Should we take a
Or did you see where that bird went?
Rest.
I lost track of it.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
While resting, I'm going to try and do sending to the Eldrin.
I thought it was gonna be to the bird. But hey, can we get her back, please? No,
Do sending.
put him away.
Negotiate with the bird.
So the short rest.
You already saw what I was doing.
So help me.
Put him away.
Short rest. Is it 30 minutes?
It's however long you want it to be. I don't care.
Oh yeah, 1 minute short rest.
All right, not that. Like 10 to 30 minutes is.
But what if we
usually-
rest like really hard? Like we try.
No.
Okay, if we do 30 minutes, I'll do another sending and try to contact gosh, what's his name? Crenshaw?
Okay. Did you try to contact the Eladrin first?
Starting with the Eladrin first.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
If you're still alive, where are you? We're trying to find you.
All right.
If not, don't respond.
Almost immediately, you hear, "What in the world? Don't know you're magical. I'm in his den. He knocked the wind out of me. I can't get down. I'm like 50 feet up. I'm sick of the..." I don't know if that was 25 words, but she just starts rambling because she doesn't understand how sending works.
Dead.
Okay. So it looks like she is. Wait, can I contact Crenshaw?
You can.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be keeping an eye out through all this, up in the air if I have to be.
Yep.
Because I don't need a short rest, so I can keep an eye on everything.
Crenshaw. This is Malakai. How are things with you all? You have to keep this brief. 25 words or less. I hope you all are doing well.
We're
That's one.
doing good.
Just broke him. That
I
man
don't
probably
know.
went to Primary school.
There's a lot. Königsberg is in trouble. But
Fucked.
we're okay. Business is good. Do I still have words? That was 25.
It was interesting that he thought
Yeah,
that last part.
Do I still have words?
Wait, where's Crenshaw?
Nebraska.
Königsberg.
He's on the boat. He went back to Königsberg.
Oh. I knew that.
Yeah, when we had that first split, and then we picked up
I
the
knew that, he
soldiers,
says, obviously
and
not
then
knowing
we picked
that.
up more soldiers, and then we split down again, and then we split down again. So we yeah.
It's been pretty wacky, yeah.
I thought we had Crenshaw with us this one.
No.
I mean, like, not right now, but like with the other guys.
No, nope.
Or little Kentucky.
Crenshaw, Glarg, Marsh, and Bill Richardson are on the boat in Königsberg.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Shaw Peterson, not Crenshaw. Okay, he's the bosun.
Shaw Peterson, I forgot that was his fake name.
Yeah,
So,
all our great fake names.
I know we don't have time to worry
Jinx
about
the
this. But it seems like Königsberg is in trouble.
All right.
So one problem at a time, but just so you're aware,
Okay.
things are happening.
Well, I would assume so.
Well, I guess if they were going to make a move, that would be the first place they'd go.
Yeah.
Blue sign, I mean.
Somehow I don't get the feeling that it's Lucine. I feel like their focus is on us, but it is a very high possibility.
Could
they've
mean
been
less
twitchy.
tension at the asylum, though.
Something happened to Coruscare. I'm not sure what.
There's so much happening. I suggest once we get out of the Feywild, we take care of my sister in the asylum, and then we see what else is happening.
Oh
Should be able to,
shit,
like,
that's right. We're still in the Feywild.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we open
Let's
up like a
let's go
stall,
find
serve bread.
Vespa. Do you remember what her name is? The
Ravioli.
Eladrin? Yes.
Oh, Moranovi.
Moranovi?
He said ravioli
Yeah.
so confidently.
Is that their name?
Not too far off. There are some of the letters
All right.
in there.
She is still alive. So
Where she
think-
was still alive.
Where is she?
he
Give
said
us
she's
your
in a
GPS
den.
coordinates.
North somewhere. I saw him fly this way, but he banked a turn right about where we're standing, and then I dropped down to help with the fat guy.
The great unclean one.
Somehow I
Miracle.
expected all of this to be simpler.
Juliet, darling, please.
Don't call me
Oh,
darling,
no.
you chauvinist.
I
He's gonna be
honestly,
like, excuse me, the men are talking. The main
I
characters are
thought
talking.
this was going to be like a trip where we, dress up in disguises, walk through the front gates up to the asylum, figure it out from there. But we are currently in another dimension.
Vesper supports me. I'm not the only one that thinks we've gone a little bit off the beaten path.
Juliet, we came here.
Sugar, honey, darling.
This is nothing compared to what happened earlier.
Honestly, Juliet, we came here to find a way to move an entire army. I think this is important.
I understand how we got here. I just don't agree with all the decisions that we've made.
I gotta agree.
That's crazy.
I feel like it would have been best to keep our heads down, go to the other side, and then if we were gonna come back and do anything, we should do it with the army that's on the other side waiting for us.
Isn't that what you said your angel said anyway, Malakai? Keep your head down?
I agree. So do you suggest we should leave her in the nest and just go?
Don't know anymore.
I'm just saying, if that's what you want to do, I will go along with it.
Isn't she...
Hey, we're not coming, by the way.
Maybe I didn't get this straight, but didn't she propose the genocide of the Ravens people?
And it's a really good point. All right.
Well, it's not genocide if you leave a couple alive.
I think her plan was to kill all.
Julia specifically scoots 2 to 3 feet away from Dweeby.
Fair.
All right. You know what? I think you're all right. Let's try and figure.
Do I smell or something? What the fuck?
You do, but it's not that, sweetheart.
Damn.
Okay, so you can call me sweetheart, but my boy Malakai can't.
Greeby is about 20 minutes
Fascist.
off of a huge heroin high.
He really
That
is.
actually is true.
Where'd he get the heroin?
He made it.
Yeah, remember?
He did the pixie
like
wings.
crack.
He really did.
That's what I meant. It's the same thing.
He's an expert in drugs.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had heroin. I was wondering where he got it.
Expertise. Drugs. This is our drug guy. He's important in the team.
Okay, I think you're all right. For now,
Of course.
let's stay out of their business and let's just go.
This is our
Let's try and
master
figure
thief.
our way
He
out
gets us
through
in.
to the through the Feywild.
I'm just gonna leave her.
Don't make
Yeah.
this harder for me than it has to be.
Well,
So,
I mean,
wait, so
she's
you're
an
fine with the
exile?
Raven killing her, but you're not fine with her
She's an
killing the
exile
Raven?
from her own people.
In
She
fairness-
proposed a
You
genocide.
hear her
then
moving
when
and
we were
shuffling in
walking
the
through
fields.
neutral territory, she attempted to steal from him.
I don't know. It is kind of
She's
crazy
like
that we
3
made a
for 3 on
decision-
crimes.
We made
No,
a decision
honestly-
last session, and then she got kidnapped and go, well, what if we go the opposite decision? What if we just go completely backwards?
That's because after last session, I went, wait a minute, didn't she propose genocide?
I,
Why
I
are
knew
we...
that going in.
That's
Listen,
why I wanted to go with the goblin.
that's what,
No,
Did
he's
someone
banned.
say the nilbug? I'm here through the fog.
I shoot.
Do you actually?
I'll shoot at his feet.
Alright, the no bug steps back. He screams,
Ow! Ow! Don't hurt me, please. I'm just a small man. I don't have any cheese.
The walls are, the fog is
all right.
coming, the fog is coming.
If we
the fog is
aren't going to save her, Nilbog is our only way out.
I hate how this sequence of events has transpired.
You
Hey,
veered off a
Nilbog.
little bit from my path, but I can save you, yes, at last.
his head does not explode.
Hey, Nilbog.
Yes,
you wanna
what is
help
it
us
you need
save
from
that
me?
lady?
No, I cannot, you see. The Raven, his territory is very scary. Things in there get really hairy.
Nice.
I'd like to cast Punch.
Oh, that's a good one.
Not allowed.
Just punch the air.
You can just punch him.
I would love to just punch the air.
Okay.
You know, I told myself if he showed back up, I would shoot him, but I can't do it. We need him. We might need him.
All right, Nilbog.
What if he's
He
like
may
actually
be
immortal?
necessary.
though?
Nilbog.
Yes, what is it you need from me?
Yeah, but
I'm here at your service, you see.
And I appreciate that. Can you please lead us to the shortest, most direct way to that cave that we spoke about earlier.
If only you had listened to me. I know a shortcut from here to thee.
Nilbog.
What?
Oh! He says what, and his head explodes.
I want to make this as clear as possible. I've not listened to a single word.
His head reforms.
We don't need all of that. Just please help us. Thank you.
Well, the issue is I need some funds. Otherwise, things could go badly. We'll be on the runs.
Nice. Save it at the end there.
Why do you need money, Nilbog?
I just need you to trust me a bit. You see, things get scary. The Nilbog's head explodes because he was interrupted and could not finish the rhyme. The Nilbog's head reforms. To cross the bridge, I need some gold. Do not withhold. And then he stretches out his arms.
Withhold.
What if we gave you a gun?
Ooh.
Give the goblin a gun?
Yeah.
We have money, guys.
The Nilbog is just waiting. His hand is outstretched.
But I like
money?
this.
How much
I
money?
like this new suggestion.
At least 50 gold or so. That'll cover the fee head to toe.
50
It was
for
20
all of
earlier.
This is a pretty interesting narrative. I kind of enjoy the thought of handing out guns
Exactly.
to small people.
We have a gun that nobody is using.
Give it to him.
I've been
I
thinking about the
volunteer.
funniest character to give it to, and I can't think of anyone.
Isn't it a
better than
rifle?
This guy. It is.
How
a
is he
rifle.
gonna carry it?
He's waiting. He's waiting to get gold.
Well, I'm talking out of game because.
The Nilbog has no gold in his hand. He's tapping his foot impatiently.
All right, who's gonna pay?
all
This?
right. I have 12 gold for him.
Okay. We're halfway. We're like a quarter of the way there.
You want me to actually give gold to him?
He needs more gold. He only has 12. He needs 50.
Can we threaten him?
You can certainly try.
No bug.
Wait,
No bug. When you offered your services earlier,
guys,
20 gold.
guys.
Well, I was going to do it incrementally, but now we have to do it all at once, you see.
How tall is he?
But we've already progressed further, so shouldn't your services cost less because you're guiding us a shorter distance?
It's not my services you need to pay for. What's under the bridge will close the door, and then we won't get to the other side. Things will go all right.
The Nilbog's head explodes.
Finally, peace.
The Nilbog's head reforms. Yes.
Nilbog, so is it 50 gold total?
Yes, sir, that it is. That's all I need. That's the shiz.
Alright. And by the way, that's not a word.
Why, it is now. Kapow!
Can you just kapow us?
He did.
How tall is Nilbog?
Like 2 feet.
Punting range.
Can I like turn him over by the ankles and shake him and see how much gold falls out?
Yeah.
Robbing him?
You can.
I would like to do that.
Wearing
Not
Right.
exactly
rags.
opposed to them.
Make a grapple check. He can test with acrobatics because he sees you going to grab him.
I don't know what a grapple check would be.
Strength check, I think.
I think it's athletics or I don't know. Yeah.
Grappling is so weird.
If it's athletics,
It's strength. It's strength. It's strength.
Oh, how's a nat 20?
Yeah, he's not gonna do nothing. He goes,
He
"Oh,"
actually
and then you
does.
pick him up and start shaking him. The 12 gold in his hand falls out that you gave him. He doesn't have pockets.
Aw.
He's thankfully for you. Now he's in like wizard garb. Granted,
But
he has a pink
it is
hat on,
athletics. Never mind.
and he has a pink wizard
Okay.
mages whatever robes. Good thing for you. He's wearing underwear because otherwise, yeah,
But a toothpick did fall out.
no.
Yeah, like
I'm going to give him 25 gold.
a 27 though, like nothing falls out. He's
He
got nothing on him.
literally doesn't have pockets. He does have a pouch, but the pouch is sealed.
You gave him 25.
I gave him 25 gold.
All right, so
I'll give him
25
I'll
plus
give him
12.
the other 13.
All right, perfect. Is he not being shaken anymore?
I want to know what he has, and I'm gonna say that out loud.
I have nothing to give you. You give me through and through.
What's in your pouch, little man?
Everything I need. You can't have it. It's made of tweed.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't answer the question. I'm gonna shake the order.
Put him down.
Tweeby, please. We need to get out of here.
I hate this thing.
If you bully our last guy into leaving, then we're gonna have a big problem.
Trevor's like gonna be like, how did it take you guys so long to get out of the Feywild? This is why.
I'm gonna go.
I'll sit down.
Okay.
He's like, I made all these guides for you. Well, we abandoned one, robbed another.
Why should I guide you now? You don't even like my kapow.
This guy was recently on drugs.
Should I pick you back up?
Roll for persuasion. Well, no, because he just ruined it because he's trying to intimidate.
Oh, come on.
Alright, the Nilbog backpedals.
I'm going to go over and try to help him straighten out his robes.
Alright. He allows you to straighten his robes by dramatically lifting his arms so you can pat him down.
Now, Nilbog, we're all understandably just a little bit frantic. Our former guide, you know the one, she was kidnapped. We're all a little bit stressed. Please, ignore us. And let's go. You've got the money. Let's go.
Roll for persuasion.
Oh, 2. Is that 15?
He's thinking. He's stroking an imaginary beard.
I'm gonna give him a good berry.
We're just giving those out?
Tossing them out.
Well, you are maidenless. You are penniless. And now you're
He's not. His
penniless.
fiance.
Very well. I will guide you. But I'll make you step in poo. Should you cross me once again, there will be troubles, my friend.
Yes, absolutely.
That was rough.
Yeah, again and friend.
What? They rhyme, don't they?
The Nilbog's head explodes.
Oh.
The Nilbog's head reforms.
Is it entirely based on what you think rhymes?
It's not what I think. It is what it is. Are you telling me that's not a rhyme? Faux shiz?
For sure, after you have the shiz on.
Totally what you think, is it?
Friend and end. Friend and then. Then again. They all rhyme.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Well, you kind
Shiz.
of
Rhyme and time. I guess that works.
This guy doesn't know how rhymes work. A
Right now, we're
silly
just proving
man.
that our characters
Go
have
back
things
to
going on.
the Nilbog's head explodes. I'm going to stop talking now.
You're based entirely off of rhyming.
Please
Kinda
shut
it.
up!
Nilbog's head explodes. The Nilbog's head reforms.
Lead the way.
We're not gonna.
He nods.
Not trying to antagonize you anymore, man. Just lead the way.
Alright, he's gonna shut up and he's gonna guide the way. Now, there was a path further to the north. He specifically avoids that one and takes you along a cliff wall that you get to in about another 20-15 minutes. And you're going to the north of one of the fields here. He pretty much follows that cliff cleanly for about another half an hour, so it's about 45 minutes of walking. So it's around 3 p.m. now, or at least it would be if time was normal. Now, eventually, you get to the end, and there's a cave entrance. Now, it's pretty small. It's not noticeable. But the Nilbog scurries right up to it and squeezes through it. There are some dislodged rocks, but the actual opening itself is not very large.
I sense trouble. I look at
Nah.
Meteor.
No trouble, there's plenty of room. Come in the cave, but I don't have a broom.
What?
I need to rhyme or my head explodes. It takes a while my brain loads.
Alright.
Okay, that one was pretty good, but I mean,
Is he aware of the concept of loading?
He is now. Alright.
Shuffling in.
Shuffling in. Is Boppletup first up?
Sure.
You immediately get stuck.
And he just floated like that?
Alright, the Nilbog will help pull you out.
Meteor, push him.
No. The Nilbog's got it. Alright, the Nilbog definitely doesn't get it. Meteor, get over here! Alright, Boppletup gets pushed through, and then Meteor just throws some of the other rocks apart so that there's a good clear opening.
Will Meteor fit?
Yeah, they'll just move some more rocks. The actual cave itself is pretty large. The entrance is small. It's a tunnel with a bunch of twisting vines.
Still thinking about that internet historian video.
Man in cave. All right,
72 hours have
passed. Are we
passed.
heading into the hole? Everyone?
Yeah, I probably gotta like wiggle to get my wings through, but...
Alright, perfect. The Nilbog is now guiding you through a mostly dirt tunnel. It's not the largest. Meteor has to bend down a little bit, but overall it could be a lot worse.
I'm gonna cast light on my scimitar.
Alright, the Nilbog is impressed and lets you lead the way.
I don't know. I'm okay.
Nilbog is impressed.
So it's a pretty straight shot. There are branches, and every now and again when you get confused, the Nilbog just kind of points and makes sure you're going the same way. And eventually he realizes, yeah, you really don't know what you're doing, so he holds your hand and makes sure that you go the right way. That way he's close to the light as well. Now it is a little bit of a walk. Much cave to progress through. There are a few points where there are lots of branching paths. There's no longer dead roots or winding paths. It's really just a tunnel of a rock at this point. It's cold, it's quiet, at the very least it isn't damp or smelly. So you have that going for you. But it is a long walk. About an hour passes just walking through the cave, and the Nilbog has said nothing because he's tired of his head exploding. He just continues to guide Malakai forward.
I think this is the happiest we've all been then.
Probably just an hour of silence. Unless anyone wants to talk about anything, you have an hour. Otherwise, it's just walking through a cave.
Do we have an hour? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I ever asked. I know I met you all in Kunigrik. No, I met you all in where?
Korosker.
Korosker?
Mm-hmm.
How did you all meet? How did this all start?
These guys fell in my cave. Except Bloppletup, Vesper, Danik, Julia, and Todd.
Meteor wasn't there either.
Well, I fell out of the sky, but that wasn't a while ago.
So basically,
in the forest.
Just Grodger.
I fell out the sky, and then Grodger was there, and Carrie was there, and then
Boppletup was there, right?
Moondude was there.
Moondude was there.
I think
Moondude.
he's used Moondude. You don't remember because your brain broke. It's okay. And he pats you on the head.
In character, Boppletup does not remember that.
In character, Boppletup was born even earlier, or even after Moondude, because yeah, his rebirth, he like kind of lost those memories.
Yep.
So
I'm missing a day, which is already short of my actual memory.
yeah. Yeah, Boppletup didn't even remember being in Namir either, because when he died the first time as Moondude, he was reborn in the cave. And now he doesn't even remember that.
So I remember some of the caves in Shadowfell, but not the first bit of the cave.
Yeah, I think you specifically gave that memory up.
Yeah.
To get here, so now you don't even remember that.
So did you all have I'm just like putting my hand on the side of the wall, making some shadow puppets just out of boredom. So did you all have individual things that you were planning on doing, or were you all just planning on meeting up? Or?
I wanted to find Skyboat. I found Dad, but he didn't want me, so I left.
Oh, I'm just bored.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually quite helpful. What about you, Vespa?
What?
What were you I mean, I guess you're part of the resistance.
Well, now, yes, and back then, but in the middle, I've sort of retired.
How old are you?
Um, it's hard to tell. I'm mid-50s.
Oh,
Count the rings in your feathers.
I should have been a lot more respectful.
Man, how old are you?
Man, good thing I'm still the oldest.
Uh-huh.
What
I'm the
about,
wisest as well.
what about you, Groja? I know you're not as old as you currently look.
Well, I was born in the.
I knew you before your hair turned white. I was there.
The year was. Oh, is it? Was it?
A few weeks ago? What?
Are you talking to me?
Incredible.
Okay. I was just wandering around, you know, doing stuff and things.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, my brother seems to think that there was a goblin that wiped people's memories of our father and made them think that he did murder the king. And I know you're probably all thinking, what if my father did actually murder the king?
At this point, does that matter?
Exactly.
We're kind of a little too far in.
Exactly.
I mean, if we're going to go try to kill the king, then I'd rather do it with the son of a regicide.
But however, I know you had some run-ins in the past with a goblin yourself. I was wondering if there was any chance they could be connected.
Oh, I don't know. I still have the sketch of the goblin. I pull out my sketch of Goober Goblin.
Sure, that was close.
Well, I kind of recognized him.
Hey,
Well,
yo, you
not
kind of
quite.
got some drip.
He looks like the other goblin, right?
He does. And that goblin has a very flat-fronted face. His eyes are far apart, and he's got a squashed nose.
Yeah, Groger. We were in that town. We fought a goblin. Didn't he kind of look like that?
I get a flashback. A very bad memory.
Do we all watch the flashback, or?
No, you're not invited.
Weeby cut this guy in half.
War.
No, I didn't
Never
cut him in
changes.
half. He ran,
What?
right?
Hold on.
Weeby definitely cut a goblin in
You
half.
definitely cut him in half in like a hot dog shop.
Yeah.
And there was
We're not
blood
talking
everywhere.
about we're not talking about the one that
There was a hot dog shop and I didn't buy it.
like there are multiple goblins, but you killed one that looks like this goblin.
Oh yeah, definitely did that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've killed hundreds.
You lose count after the 152nd goblin that you cut in half.
By the way, Nilbug, what are you?
Nilbug is a little bit worried.
They call me the goblin.
Oh no!
The bug's head explodes. The blood gets on Malakai all over him.
Oh,
The Nilbug's head
disgusting.
reforms and the blood retreats from Malakai's guardian.
We've specifically killed these goblins in, well,
Self-defense.
And I was going to say that, but it's not necessarily true. I kind of chased him into a sewer. He was holding a severed head. I mean,
No. That was justified.
It was kind of like a citizen's arrest sort of
Yes,
situation.
absolutely. He murdered our,
Citizen's arrest, but he
Yes.
brutally killed him.
he murdered our friend in cold blood.
Yes, well, goblins are tricky creatures. They have many gross features.
Wow, you thought of that one ahead.
Yeah, we can tell.
I mean, he thought of it like 5 seconds ahead, because I thought of it 5 seconds ahead, but yes.
You don't gotta roast Trevor like that.
Like,
No.
to some extent, the whole
Nailbug.
point of the nailbug is that he has to think before he speaks. The problem is he gets impatient because he's a goblin and he has
Killed him.
average intelligence.
Yeah.
How much further do we have to go, Nilbog?
Not much longer. Just stay stronger.
Oh, that was alright.
Mid.
enough.
Yes. As we
I
go,
mean,
we
I
rate-
suppose he's
My
not
life is
trying to-
hard. Just cut me some slack. You don't all need to put me under an attack.
I guess he doesn't have to be.
Get him to
Like
keep
his
talking.
sentences
I'm
don't
writing
have to
I'm
necessarily
writing
make
down all-
sense.
Well, what
writing down
rhyming
everything
structure
he's
are
saying.
you using? Is
Think
it
about
A
it. We
B A B?
We can
A,
sell
B?
this. Think about how much money we
The
can
elves told me I have to rhyme every line with every line.
and then
Well,
I keep.
what if you
I'm
rap?
just saying it's like some rare.
Yeah, but
The
couldn't you do,
Nilbog
like-
stops and looks over at you. What did you just say?
What if you rapped?
I don't know what that is, Foshiz.
Yo, my name is Mr. Nilbug. I'm here to say.
Classic.
I
Rhyming
just,
music.
I
I
just,
like it.
I just like use my mouth and drop a funky fresh beat.
No, you gotta. You can't just say that you drop a funky fresh beat. You either need to roll for it, or you need to actually drop a funky fresh beat.
I'm gonna roll a
Roll for funky fresh beat.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll a performance check.
All right.
Got a
22.
20 on that funky
All
fresh
right.
beat.
I want to hear your funky fresh beat, please.
Just coughs.
It's it goes something like wiki 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 wiki. It's really fast. It's like you have to rap really fast to it. So I'm like, let's go. You know, and something fast. And go ahead, Nilbog. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I have one. Can I try to get it done?
To the beat.
Ricky tiki tavi tiki tavi tiki tavi Ricky Ricky tiki tavi tiki tavi tiki tavi Ricky Ricky tiki tavi tiki tavi tiki tavi Ricky Ricky tiki tavi
None
tiki
of that
tavi.
was technically rhyming.
But he thinks it rhymes.
Wait, yeah. After that, his head doesn't explode.
No, because he thinks it rhymes. That's the rules. The rules is
Alright.
I will
Damn.
disclose the rules outright because I think they're funny. As long as the Nilbog thinks that it rhymed, his head doesn't explode.
Figured it out.
Yep. Alright. Well, the Nilbog now emerges from the cave going,
Ricky tiki tavi tiki tavi tiki tavi Ricky Ricky tiki tavi tiki tavi tiki tavi.
We just released like a monstrosity onto this world.
Alright.
We're gonna come when you come back in 3 years or whatever. The entire
Alright.
land will be burned.
The Nilbog
Says, ah, we are free now. Look upon the land. Isn't it splendid? Isn't it grand?
Indeed.
But
It's-
he didn't rhyme.
It's okay.
Hey, dude.
He ended the first line with free.
No, that was half of the line.
We're not gonna get anywhere if we keep questioning.
Wait, what do we actually see?
A glorious green field. A light green
Like
field.
Windows XP.
Like Windows XP, but like a lighter green. Crickets chirping, beautiful flowers, a massive outstretch. You're like, by the way, 50, 60 feet up on a cliff wall, looking down at this field, and there's a path going down. Then there's a bridge, a massive brick bridge. And then to the right, it seems like there's something else, but it's obscured by another passageway down. The Nilbog walks down the path. And he says,
We're getting close to Brickety Bridge. We just need to cross this ridge.
Thanks, Nilbog.
Where will we be without it?
Ricky tiki tavi tiki tavi tiki tavi Ricky Ricky tiki tavi tiki tavi
Hopefully in
tiki
a
tavi.
better place.
alright.
I'm gonna cast punch really soon.
Just 1 second, I need my gold, then we'll be on a roll.
What?
Hey, Nilbog.
Ha! What do you need?
We appreciate.
Need for speed.
Oh gosh. Okay. We appreciate all you've done for us so far. And then I whisper this: if you double cross us,
I am not going to double cross you. That would be stupid for me to do. I'm going to save your lives, although I can't get you wives.
Oh, dang.
Motherfucker.
He's useless.
No, that is funny. All right, the Nobog continues confidently walking down.
Maybe my fiance has some sisters here in the Feywild or something.
Ew, a dryad? No, thank you.
Hurtful.
Yeah, wooden.
All right. She's magical.
Magical wood.
You guys don't see what I see.
You want your girlfriend to have wood, bro?
Oh my god.
That's sus.
It's
Wouldn't it?
All right.
oh,
Anyway, the Nilbog guides you down the stairs. And then he says,
Now up ahead we must be careful. We're in for a scareful. So
Are you
stay
fucking serious?
stay close behind and heed
It's
my
deleted.
word.
It's gone.
For we don't
No.
want to die by the sword.
alright. The Nilbog approaches the bridge, and he gives you guys all a hand to stop moving when you're about 15 feet away.
Sometimes I mentally completely forget that we have an executioner knight just haphazardly possessed with us.
Yeah. He's on read-only mode right now, so he can't speak. He's just processing information.
I assure you, this is the most quality of materials. To call it
All right.
improvised.
No, on the Nilbogs. What are you implying?
It's
All right.
haphazardly possessed.
Oh, okay. The Nilbog instructs you to wait about 10 feet back from the bridge. Do you listen to him?
wait, what?
The Nilbog
now.
is holding his hand back to stop you about 10 feet away from the bridge. Do you listen to him?
Sure.
I guess.
All right.
Unfortunately.
The Nilbog takes a singular step onto the bridge and then stops. Almost immediately, you hear... Oh, he needs to be bigger than that. A massive troll pulls himself up from under the bridge, fumbling with his legs, trying to pull his massive body weight over, and then steps on, and then walks up to the Nilbog and says,
You may not cross this bridge. You must pay my toll.
He's banned.
The Nilbog says, Fear not, my friend, I have your toll, and not only that, I have it in full.
Alright, the Nilbog pulls out all of the gold from his pouch, and the troll watches as it falls onto the ground, and he goes, and then he picks a piece up, carefully inspects it, goes,
This is good. This'll do.
he bites on it, and it does not bend. He goes, and then he starts picking every piece up one by one. And the Nilbog says,
Since we've paid your toll in full, could we get a reward for the toll?
Since you paid in full. Yes, you may have something.
he pulls something from between his loincloth out of his back.
Gun.
It is, it's coming from probably one of two places. But he pulls it out, and it's a little stick. And he hands it to the goblin, and the Nilbog just kind of backs up, and then he realizes the Nilbog doesn't want it, so he's offering it to anyone else.
Where'd he pull it from?
The back of his loincloth.
You can
It's
just
you said it's a stick?
It is a stick.
Is it just a stick?
I don't know. Is it?
Realizing he pulled it from the back of his loincloth.
It's
How-
a stick +3.
How big is this stick?
Pretty big. Like the size of a short sword.
I perceive the stick a little better. What's going on with it?
You can
Yeah, I was
perceive
gonna-
the stick, yes.
I would like to do this as well.
Is
I
it
got
a pure
an 8.
damp?
It just looks like a stick.
Wow.
I got a 23.
That is not just a stick. It looks like a stick. And it's designed to look like a stick. It's engraved on the bottom. Now, most of his hand is covering up the engraving, but there's like a handle to it. It's a stick with a handle. Now, you're no magic man, but usually sticks with handles are wands.
Wow.
god. I'll grab it.
All right.
So I am resistant to poison.
Okay. Good.
I just want to put that out there before I grab it.
You grab it, and the troll lets go, and he says,
"Poop wand in your inventory."
He says, "Be careful. If I used it, it made me fingers hurt."
I have no idea what to take out of that, but okay, thank you.
Quick question.
Yeah.
This bridge, it's over water?
It is over a void of fog.
Death fog, death fog.
So there's no water in there?
None. None whatsoever.
Understood.
Alright. Well, the troll says, "Alright. Bye-bye." And then he goes back, crawls under his bridge, and like loops into a little hole under one of the supports of the bridge. And cuddles up.
Hey, I'm putting this in my inventory. What do you want me to put it as? I have poopy one, but like anything else?
Well, I can't tell you what it is until you attune to it.
No, yeah. I just meant like identifying notes or something.
Poopy wand's fine for now.
Okay. Poopy one. From troll, but
Dweeby, if we have a moment, I can do identify on it if we stop anywhere.
I don't think we should stop right now.
oh yeah, I mean we can do that on the
later on. I can just
no, we can do that now. Like you can do it while walking, right?
That takes like 10 minutes.
And I'm just gonna grab one of his hands and slam it in it, you know?
Incredible.
It takes 10.
Go ahead.
Dweeby, it takes 10 minutes. I can't do this now.
Oh, well then you can hold on to this for now.
Alright, you can add the poop stick to your inventory.
I know he has both of our OP wands, SMH.
He does.
I don't have the other one.
Who does?
Oh yeah, wait.
I
He
just
identified it. He doesn't have it.
It's the one of the soldiers that we sent back has it.
Yeah,
No, we
Cranch
don't.
has it.
Speak.
Cranch? You gave it to Cranch?
Why do we give it to Cranch?
I don't
Because they can speak.
No. I don't think we gave it to anyone. We just looked for someone who could translate.
I think we gave it to you to identify, and nothing ever came with that. So you're probably still holding it.
Okay, so so let's say I gave it back then, because I feel like I didn't keep it.
That sounds right.
Give it back to who then? Who is the
Whoever
owner
had it.
That's me.
Alright, Bubbletop, you have the wand of
So
power.
you still have it, but you know what it is.
Yeah, I just can't
Yeah.
speak the word for it.
Somebody wrote it out for us though, so you can pronounce it.
And we know Vesper can say
And
it,
Vesper
right?
can read it. Yep.
Yep. Alright. Well, you proceed across the bridge, having not killed the troll like I thought you all were going to do, because you actually listened to the Nilbog. And,
Why would we not listen to him?
2 hours
Do you know-
earlier.
do you know
I'm gonna
how
shake
hard-
him upside down. Oh, this guy, send him away. I hate this guy.
Do you know how hard that was to say that?
Probably a very...
It
I
hurt.
hate him.
You exhausted all of your options. Your only option was Nilbog.
You know, in fairness, we strategically eliminated every possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Strategically should not be included in that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
We did eliminate every other possibility.
I call it
Some-
strategy.
because
Or not.
sometimes
Right.
because of our actions, sometimes because of other people's actions.
Well, the Nilbog continues to walk you north through an open light green field and then says,
Well, this is where my journey ends. I'm glad to call you all my friends. But
Oh,
unfortunately, I
whoa,
have to stop. I need to go back and get some crop. I'm a hungry little goblin boy. But, here, you can have this toy.
and then he gives you his pouch to Malakai.
Thank you.
He's got poopy hands.
Alright. The Nilbog bows and then prances
hand.
off. You what?
I hold the pouch with mage hand.
Okay. The Nilbog
That's my
skips
turn.
off into the distance.
A little messy right now.
Yep.
Hey, come on, what's in the pouch? Come on.
I'm opening it.
Can you open it with mage hand?
Yeah. As long as it's not a magical item that I can't activate, but
Alright.
it's not more than 10 pounds either.
He does not more than 10 pounds. However, you open up the pouch and inside is a void that is 64 cubic feet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything in it?
Nope.
Okay, sweet.
What's in the bag?
Holy shit.
Space. Space is in the bag.
The fuck?
What
What
does
does
that mean?
that mean?
What did he mean by that?
It's a bag of holding.
I don't know what that is.
It's a bag that allows us to hold far more than we should be able to in a single little bag. I guess it's more of a pouch of holding.
Wait a minute. Let me see. The meteor looks in. He goes, whoa! And he puts his arm in and starts reaching around.
No.
He's like shoulder deep in this thing.
Exactly. How come it's big on the inside?
Exactly.
This geometry is non-Euclidean. He doesn't say that.
Oh. I thought he would be really good at science for some reason.
All
right, well,
like 3 weeks ago. You guys want to have a pack of holding?
Yeah.
Oh, it was exhausted it. And
Let's
Yeah,
approach
because we had a wagon, but that became unwieldy.
unwieldy. Can we check the cave?
Yeah. There is a cave, and it is right above the bridge. Checking the cave. It's not actually just a cave. This is a cliffside entrance into a whole nother realm of splendor. A golden forest. And a
You're gonna
pathway.
say golden shower.
Why would I say that? Do you even know me? Anyway, a golden forest with golden trees and golden grass. It's like permanent fall. It's splendid. And off in the distance, you're in this grand circular valley, which I do not have a map for. And off in the distance is a mountain that appears to have more caves at its base, but it may be a bit of a walk to those caves. But this is the doorway into the Golden Valley.
Wow.
So, what will you do?
I mean, is there any running water nearby?
There is not any running water nearby, but as you continue downhill, there is a river.
Can I go near the river?
You may go near the river. It's just going to take you like 10 minutes to walk there. Because, I mean, you're looking downhill. You're at the top of the valley right now. You're heading down into the valley, then back up to the foot of another mountain where there's a cave entrance that you can see.
Okay, so the 10 minutes I'm walking, I'm doing the identify spell.
Of course, classic.
And then when I get down there, I'll wash my hands.
Alright. During the 10 minutes, is anyone doing anything else?
So Trevor,
Mm-hmm.
Meteor, does he look beat up?
Very.
Are you?
He's, like,
am I able to
crunched.
do mending on the go?
You are. Yes.
Oh yes. How did you do this with dirt?
That's a great question. How long does it take to cast Mending?
A minute.
Alright. 1 minute is 1d4. So 10 minutes, 10 d4s.
I think
All
that's
right.
what you did before, yeah. It was either D4 or D6, I don't remember.
Mending is a cantrip,
16
right?
minutes?
Yeah.
74.
Alright, you spend that entire time healing Meteor by 22 Meteor points.
Oh yeah.
Meat points, if you would.
Yeah. And that's pretty good. He's not perfect, but he is a lot better than he was. Alright.
Yeah,
Also at the end of
pretty
that 10
fucked up
minutes.
too, by the way.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you could have
can't
said
be
something
mending.
2 hours ago.
Yeah, like
I'm
something
too
about
busy
like
mending Meteor, I
tacos.
can't
Or...
Yeah, he spent the entire 10 minutes mending Meteor. Alright, now, at the end of the 10 minutes, you're all at the end of the Golden Valley, crossing through golden fields. You do even see some horses in the distance as you're approaching the river. They're further down, but it's actually not just a horse. It's a unicorn. Isn't that magical?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a unicorn drinking water. But I'm
What's
not
the name?
I'm not talking like a little baby unicorn. I'm talking like a Clydesdale with a massive narwhal horn.
I don't.
Oh, wow.
I looked
I do
for
have
a.
lens.
This is down by the water?
Yes, but it's like 80 feet away from you to the east.
I'm looking for an aquatic
Really quick.
dinosaur.
This is 10 minutes after I've... This is 10 minutes, right? To get to the water?
Yes.
So do I know what the spell is?
Yes.
Can I... No?
I'm getting there.
Okay, cool.
I lost the tab. The tab is gone. I have
Oh,
a lot.
okay.
I have a lot of tabs, my guy.
Okay.
I can close some of them now.
You said it's 80, the unicorn is 80 feet away from me?
Yes.
Um,
What do you mean you
I-
can't find Zapstick?
I'm gonna cast message and say,
We did get the stun rod.
greetings.
Yeah, because you actually didn't kill the troll that I thought you were gonna kill.
Greetings, majestic one. And then I bow.
What language is this in?
Elvish.
Elvish. The unicorn nods at you, acknowledging your presence.
I said we're searching for Dryad and a small group of our friends.
The horse moves its head in the direction of the cave that you see off in the distance.
Gonna take a long shot here. Would you be willing to guide us? We are new to this realm.
Roll for persuasion.
Oh, I was looking up if Dryads can have kids. Sorry. $18.
And the unicorn trots over towards you. It is a very, very large unicorn. And as it trots over, it sees the group of you. Are you bunched up in any particular fashion?
Nah.
Alright. Well, it speaks in Celestial, telepathically. What an odd group of individuals.
I reply in kind.
You calling him odd?
Yes, we are odd, but that's what makes it so cool.
I have seen stranger things in these wilds. I'm gonna cough and die. Alright, I'm good.
What's up, heal the unicorn? It's died.
Nope, that's Trevor. The unicorn is fine. The unicorn does not have bronchitis.
Does Blobbletop know that he knows Celestial?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because he can understand it, so he just goes, oh yeah. He doesn't question it, he's just like, oh yeah, I speak this. He doesn't even really know what it is, but it's his. Alright.
He doesn't really know what it is, but it's his.
So I told everyone, hey, this unicorn said it would guide us. I think it knows where Dryad and the army is.
I have not seen a dryad in many years, but they did used to roam these plains. Why are you mm-hmm-ing?
It's just, we're talking to a unicorn. It's just very cool. My mother always talked to unicorns. Yeah.
Men cannot comprehend our splendor and beauty.
True. I'm gonna check it out.
That's pretty funny.
I 404.
Alright. The unicorn
But
says,
I guess I only 50% check out technically, but
if it is guidance you need, I can offer it.
Oh.
Although your journey should be fairly straightforward, now that you've exited the territory of the Raven and the Mad Farmer.
But he's known as the Mad Farmer.
You know about the farmer?
Yes.
Why did no one tell us this?
Well, I'm not certain. There are very few individuals that frequent that part of the Feywild. The Cliffs of Nothing are there, and so it is the end of all civilization.
Well, if we're all ready, I suggest we go.
What are your opinions on the individuals that live there?
They're all out. Do you speak Celestial?
No, sorry.
Okay. Okay.
I
I was gonna say.
he just says that.
Like, he does speak
Off the cuff.
He can speak telepathy, so he can include you in the conversation.
But I think he can only speak telepathy celestial.
I speak a bunch of languages, and I'm probably gonna get more, but not
Yeah.
celestial.
Let me add you to the group chat real quick.
I'll just translate for him.
Yeah.
Ask the question and then relay it back.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, you got the green button.
Individuals there
Cringe.
are exiles and outcasts. I've tried to offer assistance to them many a time. The mad farmer is obsessed with famine. He stores up his grains and his foods, waiting for a time and a drought that may never come. The elf harbors hatred in her heart, for she killed those who were her kin, and seeks retribution through killing. And the raven is bitter, disenfranchised, and lost. He's the biggest fool of them all. I pity him, as I pity all of them. They have chosen their paths. They're all broken individuals.
Yeah. That's so good.
What about that little goblin guy?
Oh, the Nilbog. He floats to and fro. His story is also one of tragedy. He has a kind heart. And he's lived more years than I.
Ew.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
The trauma that Nilbog has caused me that I keep thinking that this unicorn's also going to rhyme. You did this.
I did do this. Originally, I was going to make it so that for the Nilbog to understand you, you would have to rhyme. But that was too much.
I'll
Exactly.
never be normal again.
Yeah.
If we had to rhyme for him to understand us, I think I would start a revolution.
Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't go for it. Because I was like, that's
I
asking
don't
too
think
much.
there was any way we ever would have gone with
No,
it.
you would not have. He's also the objectively best path, by the way, which is why I
Yeah, I
made
know,
him the
we
most
kinda-
unbearable person.
The unicorn kind of just told us, "Oh yeah, him. He's great. Those other ones, they all suck. But him, he's pretty cool. He's got a kind heart.
Yeah.
He's got a tragic story, but he's got a kind heart."
Yep. Yep.
The elf, she just kills everyone. The raven, he's lost. No bug though, that's my guy.
Yeah.
You know, I invite him over for game night, but
The unicorn says, I sense you all have complex stories of your own. It is often common that broken people find their way into the Feywild. And the Feywild takes from them, and as well, it is an unforgiving place many times.
You calling me broke?
yes.
Shit.
Allow me to ask you a question. My powers are limited, but do you feel that you have had no respite in this land and from that which you came?
Yeah.
I may be able to offer you some ease. Make a request, and I'll do what is in my power to grant it. Should it be noble, of course.
Make a request and I will appeal.
Did you translate that for everyone too?
Yeah. So I'm translating.
Is that one request per person or for the whole
One
group?
request.
Gotcha.
Ooh, we should ask for a corn dog.
What if we asked for him to make us stronger to face the challenges that are upcoming?
Nah, I think the corn dog would be more useful. Kind of hungry right now.
Fair.
Could we just ask him? Maybe it's not worth it, but we could ask him just to teleport us to the other side.
That would get kind of crazy.
The
We
best
can
path
see
to
it. We just
proceed.
walk there, right?
Wait, what'd you say?
We could just ask the best path to proceed and
It's also true.
I mean,
Like, what the best
what's
thing
his
to do would be?
level of power here? Could he summon your mother from wherever she is here? Or
Can we just
Mad
ask-
genius.
can we just ask him to kill the king?
yeah, or that. I mean,
Wouldn't
that feels messy.
Still feel like the corn
I don't
dog
know.
is
I
the best
mean,
option.
a unicorn granting a wish. Our whole goal is to kill the king,
He,
right?
he did say it should be noble. I don't think asking
Isn't that kind of noble? You know, you kill the king to save a bunch of people. That's kind of a noble cause.
Again, it seems I don't think it's going to be open and shut. The king just has a heart attack and everything goes back to normal. I think that's going to be a very messy situation.
And I feel weird asking a unicorn to just kill someone. They're sort of known as beings.
Hey.
I know what you're saying. It's a very tempting offer. I just
like, you know, maybe give him like a tumor. Or
It's a good thing he can't understand any of this.
I feel like that sounds even worse.
Because the unicorn is like, what a noble group of lost and weary travelers. I will aid them. I will grant you a wish. And the Malakai's like, yo, he's going to grant us a wish. He's like, yo, what if we rip out his spleen and paint on his grave?
I don't mean to keep hammering the subject home, but this is the Feywild. They can be tricksy.
They can be tricksy. No,
have you ever heard of the monkey's paw?
I have. What if I
could be
hands?
Okay.
Like you say, hey, can you free my mother? And then she's freed from this mortal plane. Like it is.
I've got a good vibe about him.
Yeah, there's something you're forgetting though, Vesper. It's not a Fey. It's a Celestial.
Okay, it just started speak. I don't speak Sylvan or Celestial.
Vesper, how about we could skip the trip to the asylum altogether and just ask for my sister.
That's true. That might be.
We could skip the thing.
My thinking was we have no plan to get to your mother, but also her disappearing from the castle could cause further issues. Plus, we'd have to get her out of here, but also your sister, we have a plan to get her. So I was thinking it might be better to do something that we don't already have a plan in place. But we could also, if he's capable of it. I mean, we don't even know if he could do that.
Well, no, you're right.
We don't even know if it could do that. They could do that.
Yes, I think if we were to ask for my mother, that might make, I don't know, I feel like that might make the king a lot more reckless, but on the other hand, it might unsettle him and make him wonder about what sort of power we have. And it would be a noble request to rescue a woman who's been suffering for over 10 years.
Yeah, woman suffered and all that.
Now that is a funny joke. I like this joke.
Thank you.
It has been useful to have her to be able to, because she warned us the last time you contacted her.
She did. It has been
that was useful.
On the inside. What if he?
I think it's your decision. I'm not sure.
So that should. What if we asked for something for all of us? Something that. What if he made us all stronger, or he gave us all special weapons that we could use?
Ooh, money.
No, we don't need money.
I don't.
He said it's a noble request. You can't be greedy about it.
Yeah, hellish money.
So you could say equipment to rescue my family, or the power to rescue my family. But then again, if you ask that, he might say, you already have everything you need, and be all, philosophical about it.
I think we won't know unless we try. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Equipment or the power to rescue.
Unicorn's just looking down at us like we're a bunch of little goblins speaking goblin speak.
That is what he's doing.
I walk over to the unicorn and I kind of bow and I say, "Great one, our request, if you can grant it, we would appreciate it." And I tell him a little bit of my story and how we're trying to rescue some members of the noble home. And we won't ask you to try to rescue them, even if it might be within your power, but could you grant us either the power or equipment to handle the task?
And who specifically are you asking to rescue?
Well, no, I'm not asking him to save any one of them, but to give
just the equipment. Okay.
The equipment or the power, to whichever is easier.
Understood. Roll for me a religion check with advantage. Actually, just roll 2d100s.
Ay, Dios mío. Terrifying.
Alright, you get one more.
Here's like a rock.
Well, that was 2d100. 2d100.
You got an 11 and a 15.
Oh, I see. So one's an 11, one's a 15. So that literally... I mean, I didn't mean like... I meant roll a d100 with advantage, not roll 2d100. Alright, I understand what you've done. So it's an 11 and a 15 is what it is.
Yeah.
Which is really close. Alright. The unicorn says... I'm not a being of unfathomable power, but I may have something that could help you. It could also... How about... just come with me. And then the unicorn instructs Malakai to mount him.
Okay.
You may bring 2 of your friends.
Road trip, only 2 people can call shotgun now.
We play 8 games of rock, paper, scissors.
You can choose if you want.
Ooh. You gotta choose who you're gonna choose though. You got like the sporty one and the language.
What is this, the Spice Girls?
Yeah, the hot one.
What mode are you looking for?
2 of you just come along.
Pick one. Or 2.
I'm gonna just call the NPCs.
Oh, based. Actually based.
Actually based.
Jordan,
Since I
Danny.
said that the unicorn
Alright,
was gonna give us the freaking $5 off the family meal and long John
let me get
Silver's.
Waffle Top.
Oh, now he's going back.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And, God, this is awful. You all look terrible.
Just know this decision has ramifications beyond your wildest dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't pick someone, they will kill you in your sleep.
Like,
You gotta pick who you think has the best chance of not
killing you
killing
in-
you in your sleep.
Unicorn.
Hmm.
So, are you sure I can only take 2 friends?
I am certain. Else the others would be stranded.
Unicorn, random number, 1 through.
Alright, I'm just gonna do eeny meeny.
No, it may be better for my back if you only take 1.
All right.
Getting impatient.
Alright.
But
Come along, Dweeby.
okay, I do weigh only 130 pounds.
Dweeby?
No,
Wait, I
that
thought
was
you
the
said
decision.
2. It was Blobbletop and Dweeby.
No, well, you can. It'll just hurt his back. Those are heavy men.
Oh wow,
You
you're gonna
did
hurt
not
his
say
back.
Dude, I weigh 150.
I
Okay,
know.
I
fine.
think you
fine,
chose the
fine,
2 densest.
Fine, let me take... Sorry, Dweeby.
Too heavy.
That's pretty fine.
Vesper can fly, and Grouger. That's better for his back.
Okay.
Like with this.
That's fucked up.
Grouger's
I
not
only
that
weigh
heavy.
150, man.
You have like
I weigh
so much
130.
equipment on you. Yeah, Vesper's got
You
hollow
weigh
bones, and
130
Grouger's a
more than
frail
me, 'cause
60-year-old man.
We gave you
I weigh
15
150,
javelins.
but you have 15 javelins.
Exactly.
Can I
Something's
like?
not adding up here.
What's the thing where they attach the rope to the back of the boat and
No.
then they go up in the
You're
air
just
behind
flying. No.
Parasailing?
No. You're not parasailing, you're flying. Alright, the unicorn instructs Malakai. Tell your men that if they venture north, well, men and women, if they venture north, following through the grass, they will eventually come to the head of a large series of caverns. There they should be able to find what they are looking for. I will make sure that you may meet up with them when the time is right.
If you'll head north, you should be able to find the caverns where the army and Drya are.
Okay.
So we will meet you there. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble, please.
Yeah, whatever.
Dreamy, sorry, man. You know,
Sure.
Makes more.
maybe if
Whatever
you,
makes you feel better about it.
maybe
Alright.
if you
The
got rid of some of
unicorn.
those javelins, Dreamy.
The unicorn says to Malakai.
Stab them.
The unicorn says to Malakai. And as the last thing, tell them that if they see any other unicorns, not to trust them.
What the fuck?
We're about to get melted.
My suspicion meter just went from 0 to 100.
It's gonna throw us into a giant pot, and it's gonna be boiling.
Also, I was instructed to tell you all that if you see any more unicorns, do not trust them.
Okay.
Oh, so we can trust this one, but not the others, because this one's different.
That's what I'm thinking.
And that's also what I say that we're using a message.
I would like to get off the unicorn now.
Hey, you know, I changed my mind. Blah, blah, blah.
Not too late, and then like the roller coaster bars go down.
Yeah.
Dunk.
For real.
Make sure to keep all hands and limbs inside the ride at all times.
Alright. Alright.
If something does go wrong,
Sending.
I don't want to trust any more of them. So
Does
Alright.
wait before we leave? Does
Yeah.
the unicorn have an ETA for them?
Like an hour.
It's like a GPS system.
So in about an hour, test sending to one of them
yes,
and see how they're doing.
I say unicorn. No, sorry, great one. If they continue at a steady pace, how long do you think it should take them to arrive?
1 hour.
Precisely.
Yes.
All right. So I will message you in an hour, and you should be there.
Alright. May we ride?
Yeah, okay.
Ruby, I promise I'll make it up to you.
May we ride?
We ride.
We ride! Alright. The unicorn trots off. With Malakai on his back, Grouger holding tightly to Malakai's chest, and Vesper flying.
Yeah,
And
I'll
they
just walk.
fade off. Yep, and Dweeby begins to walk. And now we have an hour. So Dweeby as the leader of the party, begins walking.
Wait, quick question before this even happened.
Yeah?
Did I identify the stick?
Yeah, I sent it to you in campaign chat.
Hell, you did. So I gave the stick back to Dweeby already then.
Okay. Dweeby has the zap stick.
Gave that to Dweeby as an age.
I mean, he did. He was the bravest warrior who took it out.
Whoa, let's go! Wait, does that mean I can actually use it?
Yeah, you need to get attuned to it, though.
Wait,
Holy shit.
wait.
Yeah.
It's a cattle
He
prod.
does he have any spell casting though?
The spellcasting is built into the stick. He can just cast that at will once he attunes to it.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
So he's no longer a barbarian. He's gonna be a wizard now.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't do it because I don't have the thing.
The
You can
thing?
do it. You
The
got it.
thing.
I think you can do it.
Is it the wand of lightning bolts or is it the zap stick?
It's the zap stick.
It's part of a subscription or collection that I do not have access to.
Alright,
Oh, you need
watch
to be
this.
subscribed to use other people's homebrew.
You know,
Yeah,
that
but like,
means
think about this.
screenshot.
What if I just went into him and just added it myself because it's my campaign? Think about that.
Well, then you could do that.
I'm gonna see if it lets me do that. View. Inventory, manage inventory. Alright, Zapstick does not show up. This is not good.
Just write down that you have it or make a custom item.
So, you can click on the link and view it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
While
above the
holding
long
this
john
wand,
silvers
you
or
use an
something.
action to spend 1 charge to cast Shocking Grasp from it. Use your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus for the attack roll. You know what? Maybe I don't want this.
His intelligence mod is -1. So you'd be casting with like
That's
a
still-
plus. It's a +2.
It's a +2.
Just
Yeah, that's
not.
not
It's
terrible.
okay. It's all right. Yeah.
You can always cast the first level version of
Wait.
this spell.
Trevor, quick question.
Yeah.
It said first level version of this spell.
Yeah.
It's a cantrip, so is it like upcast?
I need to reword it. It's always 1d8. The point is that when you reach 5th level, it does 2d8. That does not apply.
I gotcha.
So it's always whatever. Actually, you know what? It could apply. That'd be great. Yeah, you know what? It's gonna apply. I'll just reword it. One sec. I reread the description for this 8 times. I don't think it saved my latest description because I removed the reference to charges because it has infinite charges.
The homebrew editor is so clunky.
It's not good. It doesn't save my
It's
changes.
very clunky.
It doesn't integrate properly. I made a whole ass like race with like a bunch of you could like modify which mode it's in. So like one
Yep.
mode would have really high AC but be really slow and like a disadvantage on dexterity, and then the other mode would just be normal, and
Yep.
it wouldn't properly switch.
Alright,
in the character
so it
thing.
would actually always do 2d8 now since you're over 5th level, but not yet at 11th. So when you cast it, it does 2d8 lightning damage.
And it's got infinite of those, crazy.
Wait.
Yes.
It's got infinite charges. Does it have
Yes.
like a cooldown at all?
No, you can just cast it once as an action. It's basically, I mean, it's basically the cantrip and a wand. So
Does that
if-
mean wait? So I get two attacks per action.
Yeah,
Could
but
I?
I don't think you can use
can't-
one action is using the wand
Ah.
instead of yeah, exactly. So you can't use it twice. The benefit of the stick is that it is a cantrip in a wand, so that if you don't have that cantrip or if you aren't a dedicated caster, you can use it like you have the cantrip. You just have to be holding the wand,
Raw. It's a melee attack as well, so you're probably hitting him with the wand.
which is that is exactly how it works. You specifically the spell is activated when you touch the metal prong of the wand against someone.
Oh my
and
god,
it
it's
just
the
zaps them.
it's the cattle prod.
It is a cattle prod. That is the entire joke that Nick and I have been making for like days.
Ah,
It's funny, yes.
weeks. It's been weeks.
Yes.
I didn't know anything. I just went, oh, it sounds like a cattle prod.
Yeah. And then I went, it is a cattle prod.
And I went, yo, cattle prod.
I was
Right.
gonna call it a taser on a stick, but it's
It is
That's
a
a
cattle
cattle.
prod. Yes. Alright. Now you
It
guys
says the target can't take reactions. So like if I hit somebody, you would be able to move past them without them getting a attack of opportunity.
That is exactly correct, yes.
yes.
Oh, that's actually kind of sick.
Yeah, shocking grasp is a great cantrip.
Wait, so I could attack somebody, zap them,
And then leave.
walk past them.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude.
It is amazing.
That's what Cagliari could do.
Okay.
God, we gave him magic.
Yep. You certainly did.
Minor
Yo,
magic.
fucked up.
Now, after
Listen,
you
if
guys,
it was a wand of fireball, I'd be concerned, but it's a melee attack.
after you guys are walking for a while with Dweeby, your glorious leader, leading you past the river and up a hill through the valley, you see a black unicorn. And he's,
Did you say
off the
it's
distance.
1d8 or 2?
It's 2d8.
You can
Since you're
see the
fifth level.
link. Oh, never mind. He hasn't changed it yet. That's right.
And
A black
close all of
unicorn?
my spare tabs. There is a black unicorn, yes.
Whoa.
2d8.
Someone
Hey,
call that. Someone call that the banshee.
hey, let's stay away from that.
Alright. The unicorn is eyeing you guys up.
Just keep walking, dude. Just keep walking.
We're on a Gundam
The
right now.
unicorn reaches out and telepathically messages Bloppletup and Dweeby in Celestial, saying, "Greetings."
Who is this?
You don't understand it. All you hear is like, and you're like, what? Because you don't speak
All you
Celestial.
hear is, "Hi,
Ignore the sounds, Dweeby. Just keep walking.
it's a Neoplodon, John."
Do I know what it is, or is it just like...
No, you don't know what language it is.
No, like, do I know who's contacting me?
Yes, it's the unicorn.
Okay. I know it's the unicorn?
You do, because you've used the powers of deduction to realize that there's nothing else that could possibly be doing that.
I have powers of deduction now.
You
Okay,
do.
Interesting. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Do you
Pretend I didn't hear
travelers
it.
need any assistance?
This is a new unicorn, or the one we've
This
just
is a
passed?
black unicorn instead of a white unicorn.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep walking.
It switches to Elvish. Perhaps
I need to speak differently so that you understand me.
Who speaks Elvish here?
I don't think anyone.
I speak common and Dervish.
Yep. Sounds about right.
So keep walking.
So John, you're the only one I think that can understand him when he was speaking Celestial, but you didn't respond to him, so he just moved on.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like in a bad neighborhood.
I didn't hear a single thing, dude.
Continue walking. Julia walks up to Blobbletop and says, "Should we be doing something about that?"
No, just keep walking.
Okay. You require nothing of me. Do you even know where you're traveling? He says in Celestial.
Wait, you swap back to Celestial instead of Elvish?
He did.
Interesting.
Just keep walking, just keep walking.
You know you're entering into my territory, don't you? It's rude to ignore me. This is my dwelling.
We just want to pass on by. I do respond.
Ah, so it does speak Celestial. You shouldn't ignore the person who is hosting you. After all, this is my home.
I'm sorry, can we pass through? We're very tired.
Well, you may pass through. But how are you certain that you are going in the right direction? You must understand that you don't understand any of what he's saying. Oh, wait, I understand. He's just responding without knowing what's being said. This is funny. Because the unicorn doesn't know what he said either. The unicorn continues telepathically talking to Blobbletop only. You see, the Feywild is a dangerous place. I suspect you're not from here. You must understand, you cannot always travel in one direction and end up in the same place every time. That is why you may need a guide.
Well, if you could just point us in the general direction, we'll figure it out from here.
Well, it is not so simple. For you see, the streams of time and land are crossed here. It is non-linear, it is not so obvious. You must be able to sense with your sixth sense in which way the winds of time and change are blowing. Okay.
8.
The Feywild is crazy, and this is something that very much could be true. You don't really know, just in terms of the way he's talking, can't tell if he's lying.
Keep walking, just keep walking.
It is very unwise to continue without a guide. I do not want you to get lost. I may watch over you, but if you do not let me actively guide you, then you may stumble upon a place that you do not wish to see.
Hey, Blopple.
Sorry, we have a guide already. Thank you.
Hey, Blopple, what's he saying?
I don't respond to Dweeby.
Fuck, man!
The unicorn trots ahead of you, and then meets Dweeby in front of his walking path, about 20 feet away.
Pull out a javelin.
Dweeby, don't do that.
The
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just pulling it out of the, like.
Are you still walking, or did you stop?
Spit shine.
Yeah, I'm still walking.
Are you walking straight into his path?
I'm walking on the path that I was walking on before, and I am not diverting.
Alright, roll for intimidation, because you're about to alpha male this guy.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? No, it's a -3.
Let him use his strength mod.
Exactly, use your strength mod.
I can use my strength mod?
Yes, because intimidation is stupid. It's only based on charisma. That's better. Alright. The unicorn confidently trots out into the middle. Dweeby pulls out a javelin, does not deviate from his path once, and in this game of chicken, the unicorn loses.
You know that that weird Russian treasure island thing?
Oh my gosh,
they're like walking along to the
I need to find that.
Big giant guy.
Alright, I gotta pull up that clip now. You did this. I love it.
Walk
And you
across.
just shove him out of the way. And he's like completely taken aback, but he doesn't necessarily want to take you on.
Yeah,
And
excuse me.
He's seeing Meteor, and he's just backpedaling, not really thinking that this is exactly a great idea. And so the unicorn says, "Very well, you have chosen your path." And as the unicorn walks away, he begins running, and all of a sudden, he shapeshifts. And it's some strange variant of a displacer beast.
Whoa.
As it sprints off into the wild like a panther ducking beneath the tall grass.
Guys, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, for reference, you probably don't know what a displacer beast is, so the black unicorn just turned into this. You know what? This is Nick's inner thoughts. I just pulled a Trevor Dalbo.
I can't see. Am I dumb?
I put it in Nick's inner thoughts because I'm dumb.
He's moving it.
Oh.
Yeah, I like my image better.
Oh,
That
yeesh.
was so funny. I was just going, that's weird.
Unlucky.
Yeah, he was speaking to me that whole time.
Why didn't you respond when I talked to you?
Dude, I was scared, alright?
That was not a friend. That was very bad.
You're right, Media, you're right.
We're on this unicorn going somewhere, and they're having the equivalent of the part where Willy Wonka takes those kids into the
Oh my gosh, yeah, okay. Meanwhile, we walked really far. Because I just kept dragging you guys up in the middle of nowhere. Meanwhile, the unicorn ride is going swimmingly. The water is
like
flowing.
Fairies,
The crickets
it's
are
like-
chirping.
It's like the Peggle menu music.
Yes. Well, I can play the Peggle menu music. Google, play the Peggle menu music. Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop.
Now this is really a moment where my memory of the Peggle menu music will be challenged.
Is this correct?
Mm,
This is the Bjorn theme song. Menu
Oh, it's
Dual Peggle Deluxe. What the heck is this?
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't know what this is, but it's fire and I like it.
this is Peggle Deluxe music. Yeah, I guess this is what you hear as you ride the unicorn off to the east.
Yeah, it's the laser corn.
Yep, you're traveling uphill through some orange trees and some yellow grass, and you're actually entering to a little cove. It's not a cave, but it is a deep divot in the valley with a little lake. I'm gonna stop this now, I'm already annoyed. The unicorn trots confidently downhill into what appears to be a little nest egg, or something of the sort, and settles down by a lake, and sort of beckons for you guys to get off of its back. And then it says to Malakai, "This is where I reside. I have something that may be of interest to you, though it will be your decision. Come into this cave." It isn't much of a cave. It's honestly more of a rock.
Hey, real quick.
Mhm.
I've been, the entire time we've been on this wonderful and actually quite pleasant ride. I've just been thinking about the rest of the party, and can I inside check
Insight check what?
the unicorn?
For what?
Because I'm terrified that there are multiple unicorns out here just tricking people.
Oh, okay. I mean, just a general. All right, sure. Just a
Should trust
general.
this
I
guy.
like this guy.
Yeah.
Check in the unicorn for malintent.
11.
It's a 50-50.
I try it too because I haven't been trusting any fake creatures, and I don't know that this is a celestial.
Yes. I thought you were just saying I try too, and I was like, that makes sense.
Natural 20 plus 10.
All right. Number
I
one.
can see to this guy's soul.
Number one. This isn't a fae.
Oh.
Now, whether you actually
this is a
know,
celestial.
you might not actually know that, so I guess character-wise, you still think this is a fae. Here's the thing.
That's what I was saying. I
This,
haven't been trusting
exactly.
anything in the Feywild. I don't
This
know.
is not acting like a fae. Whatever that means. It It's difficult for you to understand because you can't understand what it's saying to Malakai. But based on its body language,
I'm relaying everything I hear, though.
yes, I know, but it's still secondhand information going through
I'm
one
not getting
wall
his
of
tone of
processing.
voice either.
Exactly, it's a huge piece of missing of the puzzle. Based on his body language, he's very calm, he's very reserved, and he's very careful, and that could be either really good or really bad. But based on one, the journey that you just had, and two, where you are right now, the signs show that this is clearly where he lives. There's two things that could happen. He's taking you in his home because he's laid a complex trap, or he's taking you in his home because he's gracious. You have not seen any evidence of a trap. The cave is a little worrying, but you realize it's very shallow. It's really just an overhanging rock, and it's only like 20 feet deep, with moss growing in it. Observing your surroundings, there is very little that is setting you off to indicate that this is a trap. If it is a trap, it's the most well-crafted trap that could possibly be crafted by any creature ever. Otherwise, he's just a really nice unicorn.
And in this cove, there's nothing on the walls, nothing that we observe.
No.
Okay. But I trust it.
Alright. The unicorn enters the cove and says, "Come, it's on the ground here," and then sort of points his horn to it and then shuffles through some of the moss. And
I follow behind him.
There is a shiny gold amulet.
Does it look similar to the one that the big man was wearing?
It does, but it's not an exact copy. It looks like the same general work, but the interior is different. The design on the gold amulet he was having was very structurally solid. The gold chain of the amulet was identical to this one, but the actual amulet itself was built to look like a kite shield. And in the center of the kite shield was a gem. This is not a shield in the same way. It looks like a kite shield. The color of the gem is different, and the center of the shield is woven with a complex lattice of gold and silver.
And gold.
And gold.
And silver.
And silver. There's also gold and silver, if I didn't mention that.
Oh,
You
Wow.
didn't. So, good to know.
How long do you think we've been traveling?
An hour.
An hour? I'm going to use Sunday.
Okay.
I guess while he's doing that, because it'll take a while, right?
Well, no, I think I start because I knew I was like keeping track of time. I started doing the preparation for the spell while we were writing.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Top, are you guys all right? We have just arrived at the unicorn's house? Question mark. Let us know
don't
your.
respond. It might be another unicorn.
Oh, BTW. It's Malakai. Yeah, boy.
There was a scary thing we walked past. It's okay now. I think.
Okay. I tell the others they're safe. It seems to be alright.
And Bloppletup, you guys, for reference, and Dweeby and all of y'all, your guys are coming up onto the border of another mountain range. The foot of these mountains are a complex system of rocks, overhangs, and arches, all with moss and glowing berries hanging in between them. It is very easy to get overwhelmed in terms of where you're supposed to go, but there is a semblance of a path leading forward. It looks like people have used this path before. The grass is worn down, some of it is a little bit more dead, so wherever you're going, you are going somewhere. And alright.
Good enough for me.
Back to the boys. The unicorn says, "You are a spellcaster, are you not?
I am.
Try to cast a spell."
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost at it.
As you outstretch your hands, the magical energy is immediately slurped up and condensed into the interwoven shield, and the gem inside glows. The spell fails.
You said what?
The spell fails.
On the amulet?
Yes.
Yeah, the amulet like slurped it up.
I thought he was casting it on the unicorn, and I was like, what?
That
Just betrays him out of the blue.
Well, I just thought that's how he interpreted the unicorn asking him to cast a spell was to cast it at me.
No,
And then the spell fizzles. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Well, he asked that.
secretly, my plan was to kill this unicorn and take its horn.
Of course. The greatest of weapons.
I'll back you up.
You guys are the worst. Jeez.
I'm going to use Mage
I'm
Hand.
lawful neutral, okay?
Can I try Mage Hand on the amulet to see if I can even lift it?
The hand forms and immediately dematerializes as the amulet slurps it up and it glows the color of the purple mage hand.
Wow. Does this work on all magic, like regardless of the level, or is there...
Try it from further away.
You mean like a bigger spell?
No. Cast whatever you're casting. The level won't matter. But give me the amulet. Put it on my horn.
Okay, I put it on his
Alright.
horn, and I go back like... how far until... Like,
You can go like 40 feet pretty easily.
I
Okay.
guess as far as your farthest spell can
Because then
reach.
you're at about the lake.
okay, so... It's okay, I'll use Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
You want me to roll it or
No. So you're 40 feet away?
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast travels 10 feet, and then about another 15 feet, the blast just dissolves, and the remaining energy gets absorbed into the amulet.
Huh.
Whoa.
The unicorn trots forward and says, "This is an anti-magic field. Whatever is cast outside of it may remain until it crosses into the border, at which point it is dissolved nearly instantly.
Whoa.
This may be a valuable weapon for you, but of course, if you are wearing it or within 30 feet of it, anything you cast will fail with almost certainty. Now, I have not seen incredibly powerful beings use this. It is possible that spells at a very high level may be able to penetrate this, though I do not think so. Whoever made this amulet, and I do believe it is the Mad Farmer, is a man of incredible skill, and a magician greater than I have ever seen."
Really? The Mad Farmer?
Yes.
Vesper, did we actually have some of the Raven's feathers?
I have a couple. I took them out of the nest. So yes.
Okay. Okay.
I have at least one.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
We lied.
could-
today.
We
They're gonna
could
go
deceive
back
him
and
again.
mug this poor farmer.
No.
Consider that a great wizard may have divination.
Okay. I'll allow it. He may use it to see if we actually did kill the Raven.
He may
Yeah.
want the feathers to cast a spell that would let him see the raven.
Yes, and it may be... Okay.
Ooh,
Fine.
fly.
You're right. As usual. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for this. Your great one. This is very helpful to all of us.
I am
So-
glad.
So as long as we stand around each other, around 30 feet, within 30 feet, we are unaffected by any magical spells.
Correct.
But if I were to cast from within, it won't leave the barrier.
You may not cast within the realm. Should you wear the amulet, any spells you attempt to cast, even if you are its wearer, will fail.
I know. I'm thinking about giving it to someone else. And we
So
just,
here, Grodger might be your best choice. We're pretty fast.
That may be
Yes.
wise.
Would you say the range was? I'm just curious.
30 feet.
Oh boy.
I will warn
Okay.
you, unlike many amulets I have seen, for whatever reason, this is not very sturdy. It can shatter if you are not careful. I've seen... Well, I presume that this amulet is much like his others. Should they be dropped or thrown for whatever reason to the ground, and the center shatters or even cracks, its power will cease to be.
oh gosh. Honestly, yes. I think I say thank you again, and I say one of you should take this. I don't care which of you, but it does mean that in battle, we'll have to stay at least 30 feet away if I'm to do anything magical to help. But besides this, I think this will meaning if we are in a fight and one of you is wearing it and I'm next to you, I can't do anything.
Fair.
Right? Is that how it works?
I wasn't listening, what?
If
I'm doing something else.
If he's within the 30 feet, he cannot cast, even if he's not the one wearing it.
Yes, it doesn't matter if you're wearing it or not. Anything just
And if he
fails.
casts from outside at an enemy within the 30 feet, it won't work?
Correct.
Okay.
The spell will dissolve.
So-
That should be kind of
So-
scary.
Yes, it is.
It would be
is.
good on... Do magic items work within the barrier?
You'd have to test that.
I'm going to use my scimitar.
The scimitar feels like a normal scimitar.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
You should keep it away from Bloppletop.
Yeah.
Weeby's new wand won't work.
Yeah. That would be awful.
So
Wait,
you just-
is it always on?
The amulet?
Yes.
I have no way of turning it off. It's entirely possible, but when I obtained it, the Mad Farmer was not exactly in a talking mood.
Okay, well, can we do some investigation on it
You could.
and see if we can... So,
Would he be able to
you guys-
cast Identify on it? I guess not, right?
I can. Yeah. So how about I keep trying to hit you guys with Ray of Frost or something? Or no, I'll just stay about 20 feet away and try to use Mage Hand to, like, grab something from you while you guys tinker with it, and we'll see if it gets through at any point, if we've successfully turned it off.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to break it, but okay.
Well, no, I would try to grab something from you, not the amulet itself.
So
Well,
you-
I mean, I don't want... do we want to mess with it?
Well, as long as you have it, we can't heal from Bloppletop. I can't attack. I can't do sending. I can't. As long as we have it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
or within the radius.
I really wish I was in this conversation.
Instead we're dealing with weird shape shifting.
Yeah, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, me and Grodger are both good with thieves' tools. They're fine implements. We might be able to do something, but we're not, I don't think either of us are tinkers. Are you, Grodger?
What if I help?
do
with
have a
the
crafting
check?
skill.
Yeah.
You could give it a try, I
Can we
guess.
make a combined check? Like, I can do some arcane, you do some crafting and thieves' tools, and we try to figure it out?
It's a lot. So why aren't you just casting Identify?
Because it won't work. He needs to touch it.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing. I did not even think of that. I mean, it was intentional. I'm the smartest DM ever.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, I'm super
That's
smart.
why we're wondering, maybe, perhaps, DM, at the bottom of it is an on and off switch.
Lol. All right.
Could we like rotate the crystal?
The crystal does not rotate. It is lodged in the center. Not even, you can't even really see if it's attached to anything. It's just delicately in the center and always in the center of the shield mesh.
I was imagining one of those like keychains where the center spins around.
No, it's completely solid. You don't really, it doesn't look like anything is encasing it or keeping it in place. It's just floating in place no matter where the amulet moves. It's always in the same spot.
What if you like press it like if it's marble?
Or he did warn you, it's fragile.
No, well, he said it can't fall or be attacked. But like,
Well, do you want to just say thank you and we'll take it and then if he wants it back, then he'd probably want us to figure it out here.
I'm just going to say thank you so much, Great One. Now we must meet our friends again.
Yes.
If you and I will make a vow as a noble of Lucine.
This dude's making a lot of promises recently.
Yeah.
Promised his hand in marriage.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
When Lucine is free, there will always be a place for you to roam in the, once we make it safe for magic and free magic and all that again.
I appreciate the offer. I would likely stay here.
Free
There
the
will
nipple,
always
you know what I
be,
mean?
there will be those who... You're not here. There will always be those who need my attention. Feywild is a dangerous and tricky place.
Yes, and we hope to at least make Lucine something or somewhere that magical creatures can be safe as well.
Yes. Then, let us not delay a moment. Grab onto me.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
You grabbing onto the unicorn?
Yes.
Do I have a choice? We're dead.
Yeah, every single one of you dies permanently
We're teleporting
forever.
directly into a giant bowl of stew.
That's funny, actually. Let's do that. You teleport into a giant bowl of stew.
Is it delicious?
Cook you into
No.
It's not delicious,
No, it's not delicious. It's specifically like gruel.
but it's nutrition.
It is nutrition.
I can't swim.
Okay.
But the nutrition comes from maggots.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah?
If a unicorn takes me to a bowl of gruel, I'm good.
Well, unfortunately,
Can
that isn't what
Can you
happens.
spell that word?
Gruel? G-R... I think it's like cruel. G-R-U-E-L.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That makes it a lot better.
Shut up,
You
Brendan.
thought it was G-R-O-O-L?
Don't. That is a word. Don't.
Uh-oh. Did I just get Brendan again?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
You're the worst.
It's really bad too.
You're the worst.
It's not that bad, but
It's pretty gross.
We're just
We're
move on.
moving on. Oh my gosh. The first
It's-
boof. Now this. It never ends, bro.
Okay, Boof is funny.
Boof is kind of funny though. Alright, anyway.
My knowledge is boundless.
Blobbletop continues down the
I
path
cannot be defeated.
and eventually going downhill into a little stepping stone staircase. You see near the bottom, 20 or so feet down, is a unicorn with all your missing friends.
Insight check.
Alright.
Yeah, are we the
Yeah,
same?
evil now.
I killed Blobbletop.
Oh, hey
I
guys.
accidentally activated.
What did
Hi.
what
The
did you
Rainbow
get?
Wizard.
Ah, you cannot talk yet. Stop. What's your
Oh,
insight check?
sorry, I forgot the 12.
It looks like them.
You know, it's good enough for me.
Alright.
Man, we saw a crazy thing back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I swear to God, it looked like a a predator.
Nice.
Brendan's in a Brendan mood tonight.
Well, I'm glad that we're all safe now.
There's a little left to go. Just follow me. Alright, Unicorn leads the way. Are we all following?
Yeah.
Alright, great. Notably, the Unicorn takes you off of the main path and down a side passage where the cavern gets a little more tight. A little bit more confined. Alright. Now, the Unicorn continues walking and says, "We're going to meet some of my friends, and then where you seek should be just ahead."
All right.
I'm gonna whisper to whoever's like right next to me.
No, you're not.
No, I won't. Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Oh no.
You're now
trying to do
dead.
magic in your anti-magic field.
I'm going to pray.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm going to faint.
No, you're not, actually. You're not going to do any of those things.
Because this isn't us.
That'd be weird. It's too bad he failed the insight check.
We're in stew right now.
Oh God!
Alright. The Unicorn
I'm
stops.
gonna make it in the stew.
The Unicorn stops in the middle of an open circular cabin with moss covering the floor. And he turns around and says, "I think it's time for you to meet my friends. Here they are." They all transform into displacer beasts.
Boy,
damn
Malakai,
it.
I'm sure glad our friends are okay. Let's ride back and take it a while.
Oh God!
Again,
Now-
we're in stew, so we're not very much better.
And that is where we're going to end it.
Wait, are you serious?
I am dead
Only
serious.
11:30. No.
It is only 11:30, but it is the perfect stopping
Yeah.
point.
Combat's probably gonna take.
Combat will take a while.
I have a serious question though.
Alright.
Did I get any rest whatsoever in?
No. Well, only the short rests.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't heal during the short rests. Could I?
Yeah, you could retroactively throw some hit die at the wall.
Oh, thank fuck.
Thought it was more important to continue this way.
That's
Holy
funny.
shit! How do I do that?
Don't worry, I'll help you with it in a bit. Oh man, okay. That was amazing. Okay. That was hilarious. I'm gonna pray. No, you're not. They look like your friends. That's good enough for me. Dude, I was like, there's no way he's gonna just trust it when I say they look like your friends. Oh my gosh. I love
It's a
that's
crab. What are you expecting?
This is my favorite cliffhanger yet. This is so funny, dude.
I'm a man of 1 point above average intelligence.
You're the smartest in the party.
This is absolutely the perfect place to stop. I'm going to end the recording, and we will call that session 35. Good night.